Yo, hey, y'all can hear me? Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. Huh? Hey, look. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That nigga told. That's a lie. That's the lie. That's the lie. But remember when I first went live, right? And I say, that nigga Gucci told. Remember, everybody had a lot of shit to say. You know, 'cause I pay attention to everything and everybody all over the web. And just like I told you, niggas be all on my live. They want to know what I'm going to say because they know I'm going to say some shit. I say that nigga told. Remember I made a joke. We came on here, I was walking around in the blue light, the green light. I said, that nigga told. Ain't no way them folks just said, because some shit to be done happen. Everybody supposed to know, no matter what it is, some shit that supposed to be going on, we get this shit handled on the back end. And what's so crazy is, I don't know if y'all niggas think a street nigga look a certain way or talk a certain way, or like if an air street nigga supposed to be stupid. But y'all forget about a whole portion of the streets. So let me remind you, my portion of the streets is we was always smarter than you niggas. So any motion that was going on, we was spearheading it. That's my portion. My portion of the streets is being able to peek the scene so that we don't get trapped up in some bullshit. My portion of the streets is being able to say, hey, look, you ain't even check this nigga right here, da-da-da-da, woo-woo. Y'all niggas doing this shit. Y'all niggas running around wild. Y'all loose. Like we used to say, y'all niggas moving around loose. Y'all forgot about that portion of the streets. Y'all think every street nigga supposed to be stupid. That's what's so amazing. So you think I don't have the right to be able to speak on certain shit or know about what I'm talking about? I know everything about what I'm talking about. All it takes is for you to do a little research on where the fuck I was at, who I was around, and what was going on around that time, and you gonna still remember back then that I was that smart nigga, the intelligent one. And I'm still intelligent and not finna become stupid for y'all niggas to think I'm some street niggas. And who the fuck wanna claim street like it's some shit to claim? But I just wanna get that shit clear. Nigga, it was intelligent niggas in the street. It wasn't a lot of us, but it was intelligent niggas out there too. And we'll be able to peek the scene, and we ain't do crash out shit. We ain't do crash dummy shit, but we was a part of business when it came time for business. We knew how to make shit move when it came time to make shit move, and some of us chose not to pick up the stupid shit. Somebody didn't want to sell drugs. I was somebody. Somebody didn't want to move weed, even though the shit came to me. I was somebody. But that don't mean that the fuck I wasn't out there. You want to know how I'm able to reach so many street niggas? Because the authenticity of being out there reeks from my being. I was outside. You listen to my music, the shit I'm saying, the lives, the shit I do. You know this nigga was out there, but I wasn't stupid. So I ain't never played these stupid games, but I do know how the streets go. And I know that y'all niggas been moving the goalposts because y'all gatekeeping asses that's in Atlanta is falling. Don't nobody think Thug real no more. Don't nobody think none of these people, any of these niggas who was looked at as some real niggas, they not seeing y'all as no real niggas because the same street code that y'all passing down, especially the y'all niggas who coming up, y'all niggas ain't keep it. Y'all niggas ain't live it. And so now, we not finna move the goalpost for Gucci. That nigga told. Simple. All y'all scared of Gucci. I'm not scared of that nigga. He told. And not only did he tell, he tripled down. That nigga made a song. And we're like, yeah, I told. Did this nigga say under duress? Nigga, the feds is duress. Do he know who he talking to? Nigga, the feds is duress. When them folk put you in that room, that is duress. Nigga, when they swarm, that is duress. When they make an arrest, that's duress. It rhymes. How the fuck you gonna say you told under duress? The purpose of being under the pressure is to see whether or not you'll fall, or whether or not you gonna be unfolded or told it. So nigga, you ain't tell under duress. You just told on duress. That's what he trying to say. Y'all ain't here to go back. You just told on the rest of them. That's what you were trying to say. Y'all gonna keep it. Alright. Or admit that y'all some bullshit. Retract all y'all statements of what the fuck the life supposed to look like, what the life supposed to be like. Take down all that bullshit music y'all was putting out, or retract the bullshit music y'all was putting out. Say the streets ain't where it's at. And do some different shit. The whole hip-hop industry, all y'all niggas need to just do some different shit. But y'all done led all these children to the slaughterhouse. Y'all done let all these people that were running behind y'all to the slaughterhouse. And then the heat get on y'all and now niggas try to run and dip out. Hey, look, what did we learn in the last 3 years? Because we hit their ass hard as fuck in 2020, 2021, 2022. But what did we learn in the last 3 years? We learned that none of these industry niggas is really street. And I think the more you look into the industry, you start realizing that's not the streets. That's the entertainment. The entertainment side of the streets, the entertainment side of the trap house, the entertainment side of the all the shit them niggas were doing. That shit was entertainment. Cause as soon as the shit hit their front porch, who the fuck went the whole distance? All these niggas told. And you thinking watch what I'm telling you. All the niggas told. Nigga get hit with a rap. They went by themselves. They go and do 2 years in prison. And then they come out. The nigga told. All these niggas cooperated. But then, when you got entertainment put in front of it, you can dangle it and say, you know what? I'm just gonna run my music. Niggas gonna forget that this shit ever happened. And then somebody done dug the shit up 10 years later, say, this nigga fucking told. But then you gotta figure out, do the people really care about that anymore? No. The people don't give a fuck whether or not niggas told no more. The people just want the music. Because you talking about newer generations. But all these older generations of people is still looking like, what the fuck is going on? Let me tell you what's going on. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, ran amok. We should have never had no trap music. We shouldn't have had no trap museum. We shouldn't have had no trap. The trap is dead too. I know everybody want to talk about the street. We're going to talk about the trap. The trap dead too. So, okay, if the trap music dead, the street music dead, the murder music, we fucked them up. Thank you. We fucked them up. The murder music gone, the street, now the streets is gone. All right, well, it's time for Nuwapu. It's time for Right Knowledge to move in. Start trying to act like the intelligent niggas is the corny kids. When we running shit. We got y'all niggas scared. The nigga who they try to say is the corny kid, or the nigga who was just a smart nigga who don't know nothing, who was green. Okay, how about the fact that this nigga y'all dodging? But y'all love to entertain Charles and White, the rest of them niggas who done had a mistake, who done made an accident body. Y'all love to entertain these niggas who came out here hot-headed and just trying to do anything for click. It don't matter nothing about the principle of what he's talking about. It's just all about clicks and the money. And then he say he was giving a few dollars to the people in the community. But then as soon as he got some money, what he say? He say, fuck the community. But y'all love responding to talking to Charles and White. Y'all love responding to talking to D1. Y'all love responding to talking to all these other niggas. But the main nigga who y'all say we need to, you know what I'm saying, write him off as some corny clout chasing nigga, y'all stay away from me. Why? Let me tell y'all the main reason. It's a certain way where people will say, okay, he hard on the internet. This nigga gangster on the internet. This nigga tough on the internet. Everybody got an opinion when it's on the internet until it's in real life. But then, anybody who been through shit, you can look and tell who's just gonna say some shit on the internet. You can look and tell and watch somebody and say, man, he ain't really like that. Ain't not a single one of them motherfuckers looking at me and saying he ain't really like that. Each and every one of them realizing they couldn't offer me no money. I'm not DJ Academics. If I got an opinion about your album and I think it's full of shit, you're not finna pay me $30,000 to change that. You see what I'm saying? If I got an opinion about, or I'm gonna say some shit about what y'all niggas doing and it ain't real and it ain't supposed to be being done, it ain't supposed to be being promoted to the youth, you ain't finna pay me to shut up. Academics can be bought. I can't be bought. So they stay away from it. They ain't even finna mention it. DJ Academics run them out, talk about all the little babies, the rest of them. They respond. They put DJ Academics in the song, all that stuff. Phase 1, they stay away from it. DJ Academics can't even say nothing about phase 1. I got niggas talking about, I'm a blogger. I'm gonna do what bloggers do. I'm gonna do my job as a blogger. No, you're not. Because ain't nobody covering phase 1. Ain't nobody covering what's happening. And he done did so much shit, tackled so many different industries at once. And ain't nobody gonna cover it. Why? Because it's real. It's real shit. It's real shit. So it ain't gonna be them. It's gonna be us that cover it. It ain't gonna be these folks who gonna put us, we gonna take their shit over. I'm telling you, watch what I tell you. None of these niggas the guy of the city no more. Like I said, ever since, watch this. I dropped Set Up Girls. Industry been on fire. Industry been on fire. The industry been on fire. Y'all niggas looking real itchy bitchy right now. None of these niggas the guy of the city no more. The money don't make you the guy of the city no more, because now people seeing through that. The position and the status as a gatekeeper don't make you the guy of the city no more, because now people seeing past that. Y'all don't see people starting to wake up? Y'all don't see people starting to realize this shit? Like, people starting to say, okay, like, you'll see some people making money off their music by just selling it directly to the people now. There's more people doing that. They say, yo, I'm gonna post my Cash App. Make sure everybody, y'all hit the Cash App, send your email or send your number. I'm gonna send the music straight to you. Everybody doing that now. Y'all remember who was doing that, right? That's not to say like they copying me. I'm saying that's what they supposed to do. They supposed to see that they don't need the streams. They don't need these people to be out here trying to be the middleman for them. Just go straight to the consumer. So you starting to cut out them. So now they trying to make apps. They trying to make apps to say, use this app to go direct to consumer. You don't need no app. You just need yourself. And as long if you got enough people to where you overwhelmed and you can't send all them, then that's good, because now you should be making enough that you can pay a team and you pay somebody to do it for you. You know what I'm saying? That's how they did it. That's how they did it. They paid people. Once they start making enough money off their record label, they start putting people in position. Okay, I got enough money now, I need a secretary. Okay, I got enough money now, I got this, I got that. I got my CFO, I got different offices doing this, I got A&R, because I can pay these people to do that off the money that I've been made. But you start with just yourself. You go directly to them. You don't have to worry about using these folks shit. What am I saying? The industry over with. Y'all niggas better get in here now. You don't remember they told you to get in Bitcoin? When about 10, 15 years ago, 16, what happened 20 years ago, they're like, get in Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now, get in and make your own industry. Do it now, because these folk falling. They don't have no power no more. They don't got no power. You know what I'm saying? You got the Uzis on the stage with the purse. Who the fuck is that? Why the fuck is that? Right? You got Gucci Mane, Loosy Gucci. You know what I mean? This nigga just did a whole snitch record. Proudly. That just let you know all they little code and shit that kept them, because the streets supported them. The streets made them niggas big. Oh, the streets do not fuck with them niggas no more. Then 21 Savage tried to dodge me. Then came out with the fuck the streets movements after what I'm saying. And then they turned on him. So they do not fuck with 21 Savage. I'm telling you. I'm talking about the streets. Not his little clique that he hide behind. The streets don't fuck with them niggas no more. And you have to watch and listen to what the streets, you got your ear to the streets for real, not to the internet. I'm talking about the wire. If you can hear what's going on. And a lot of these OG done pulled their hands out these niggas. A lot of their protection gone. A lot of that, you don't got to check in. All that's gone. And the young niggas running that anyway. The industry falling. It is falling. It's falling. The industry is falling. Babylon is falling. It's falling. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't finna let Gucci slide either. He told. If he told under duress, he told under duress. It don't matter if he was under duress, where he was wrestling, whatever he was wrestling, he told. You see what I'm saying? So then you need to hit him with the same shit y'all been hitting everybody else with. Remember when it first blew up with 6ix9ine? Okay. Well then Gucci is the new 6ix9ine. And he proud to be the new 6ix9ine. I don't give a fuck if you told to get some insurance money, nigga, you still fucking told. The code supposed to be the code. No matter who, no matter what. The code is the code. If you ain't supposed to tell on nobody, if you ain't supposed to not just tell on nobody for the civilians, let me explain something to you. You're not supposed to cooperate with the police at all. You know what I'm saying? If the police say, hold your head up, you supposed to put your head down. That's what the fuck. You ain't supposed to cooperate for shit. You see what I'm saying? If they ask you some shit, you don't know nothing. You're supposed to always plead the fifth without even pleading that bitch. You don't even got to. They say you got the right to remain silent. You don't have to say, I plead the fifth. Now you done broke the silence. You see what I'm saying? You have the right to remain silent. Then nigga didn't, they said, hey man, they said you had the right to remain silent. Gucci ain't hear shit else after right. You have the right. I have the right. That nigga got the jotting immediately. He ain't even hear the remain silent part. Nigga put out he gonna have a mixtape on this shit. Each track gonna just be each nigga name involved. They height. They weight class. Hey man, I told y'all, I don't give a fuck about their industry. Every little thing that happened to their industry that let me see that it's breaking apart is a celebratory event to me. So if you mad about that, I don't give a fuck. I get happy when shit happens to their industry. Am I wrong for that? Because of how long I just commented on the Woody thing. I said, look, I said the oppressors is becoming, now they getting oppressed. The victims rising up. All the shit that was supposed to be reigning supreme, that ain't reigning supreme no more. Man, that's God. What God say? I'll make all things new. I love when shit happens to them. I don't give a fuck. Because when we were screaming for all these years, especially with that drill shit, right? With the YMW Melly, all this shit with the Murder on My Mind and all this shit, the 21 Set, all this shit they were doing. And we like, yo, y'all fucking our community up. And they kept saying, we got to feed our family. We got to feed our family. Okay, well, all right. When they shit started collapsing and they started losing people out there, but I was happy. I don't give a fuck. I was happy. I was like, this is God. Because I'm telling y'all, these folk been oppressing the communities. These are the oppressors. The rappers are the oppressors. And they say, why you don't go for the labels and the CEOs? I'm not going to go for the motherfucker who made the gun. I'm going to go for the motherfucker who's shooting the block up. I could talk to the nigga who made the gun later, but the nigga who signed that dotted line and didn't give a fuck about the people. And all they wanted to do was feed themselves and didn't care how it affected our communities. I want them gone. I want them gone. You ain't see me celebrate when Pooh Shiesty got out. You ain't see me celebrate. And I told you what I said, boy, even back then when I did the Go Pick Up Your Industry album. I said, you ain't see me talking about freedom, niggas. So if you heard me say free Pooh Shiesty, you know the fuck I was playing. The fuck I'm gonna say that for? I don't want them niggas, fuck them niggas need to be around for. All they do is sell people's souls. All they do is fuck up the youth's mind. All they do is cloud the airways with poison. Why do we need them? Somebody tell me why. Somebody said, we need them for entertainment. Entertainment mean you getting locked up and kept in place. Go look at the etymology of the word. We can't go no motherfucking where because everybody too busy trying to be entertained. So what the fuck do we need them for? Push the button. I don't give a damn if we wake up tomorrow and all the celebrities is dead. Push the button. We don't need them. Them is Shaitan soldiers. What I thought? Where the Bible at? Where the people? Where the Christian people? Where the Quran? Where the Muslim people? How the Muslim rappers is some of the biggest devils? I don't understand it. How the Christian rappers who get their reward and say, thank God, they some of the biggest devils. I don't understand it. Somebody help me understand it then. When I say, all right, when another one fell, another one bites the dust, that's good. That's another point towards the Most High. Now, they calling me heartless. No, what the fuck? These angels go to war. And when we see a Zazilla head get chopped off, we not finna sit there and be like, damn, that's fucked up. That ain't fucked up. What they was doing was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now everybody looking at, you notice he turned the comments off. You know the Gucci Mane turned the comments off. If you didn't notice, you notice it. Hey, look. I'm telling you, the mob be different. Check this out. When Baby Drill dropped that bullshit ass music, as the bullshit ass artist he is, with all that bullshit frequency he be putting out, that little demonic spawn, when he put out that song and the shit he was saying, cause if we hit him, if I want to hit him again, then we'll hit him tomorrow. When he put that bullshit out, I said, hey, everybody go to his comments and just let them know we won't fuck with it. We won't support the bullshit. We won't support demonic rap. That's what it is. You need to listen to the lyrics. And when you listen to the lyrics, be like, would God approve of what the fuck these people saying? Going to kill them, who done murdered them, who done put them in the box, who did it, da da da. I was like, the devil did it. I read it, the book of John chapter 8 verse 44. You a fucking demonic spawn. I said, we don't fuck with it. Go tell them we don't fuck with it. What y'all did? A mob, 1,000 comments. We don't fuck with it. We don't fuck with it. We do not approve. We do not approve. We do not approve. He turned the comments off. The power is in the people. In the, what he say? The power is in the people in the issues we address or something like that. Well, Tupac, where he said, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to challenge it, man. The power is in the people. I think he said in the policies we address, something to that effect. But the point is, you don't got to sit back and watch these folk do this shit. And if ain't nobody going to organize to do it, that's why I do shit like put the digital task force together. But everybody just was sitting there, so I ain't really do much with them folks. But we still got people that still be ready to mob and handle shit. Go out into the internet and let them folks know we don't approve it. I shouldn't be the only one making video. Let me tell you something. Before my videos ever started going viral, they weren't. One more time. Before my videos ever started going viral, before my videos ever started getting millions of views, they didn't get no views. Which means you got to start. You know what I'm saying? Just start. Just start calling shit out. The algorithm catches random videos and sends it out. You have to understand how the algorithm works. You can have 2 followers. The algorithm, I remember I made a new page, right? Phase 1. with the me and the Ice Spice girl, Isis was her name. Me and the Ice Spice girl in the profile picture. Remember that? And I did that video where I was like, shit. Remember that? That shit got 4 million views. And I didn't have no followers. And then the following went up like 4,000 off of one post. You can post something and it just get crazy views. Right? And then you be posted the right shit. And then your shit go up. So if you want to join in on a fight, you don't got to wait for me. Just start calling the shit they doing out. Let me tell you something. It's a cheat code. People are already entertained by these devils. Use their face. Use their glory. Use their power against them. Use their name. Put their name in shit. You ain't see what I did? Letter to Sexy Red went crazy. Letter to Lil Baby went crazy. Letter to 21 Savage went crazy. You know what I'm saying? I did the letter to Kodak Black went crazy. You see what I'm saying? Any of these stars, you can take that power, and regardless of whether or not they want to stand this side, stand that side, man, take that power, extract it, and use it for the greater good. That's what I was doing. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. These are y'all idols. Gucci Mane's not my idol. That nigga was a waste of space. We never needed him. He could drop tomorrow. And we never needed him. That's one of Shaitan's soldiers. If that's one of your idols, all right, that's all power to you. See you on the battlefield. But we don't give a fuck about their idols. We don't give a fuck about Steel. We don't give a fuck about him. And they can call me crazy. I'll be crazy. But we don't give a fuck, man. Fuck Gucci Mane. Why the fuck do we need him? These niggas put fuck Jeezy. What we need Jeezy for? Jeezy would tell his children, remember Rod Wave say? He said he told his children to do what? Go to college. Sent his children to college and told her to what? Trap or die. Trap or die. Jeezy, you still trapping? Cause you ain't tell people you had another option. Another option. Go make music and tell people to trap or die. That was your option. You didn't keep trapping, nigga. You went and did music. You across the room. Y'all niggas y'all ain't even living by the code. Why the fuck you gonna do a versus in a performance with somebody who done took your folks out of here? That shit is unheard of. I'm like, you niggas don't even want to shop in the same store with a nigga who done took one of theirs down. And y'all niggas, but for that almighty dollar. For that almighty dollar. Got their head all fucked up. Niggas ain't even living by the code they sold us. They don't live by it. And then, when they looking at somebody like, nigga, I could have ran the streets. No, I ain't talking about ran. I could have ran. Y'all stupid. You're not intelligent. It takes an intelligent gangster to run shit. Y'all don't have no order. So I could have ran the streets and you wouldn't have known it was me. That's what's so, you know, when you're intelligent, you don't go and do some shit and then step out and say, and I just did this. And niggas will go and commit a crime, get right in the studio and say, and I just did this too. And they go commit another crime and go, and on top of that, I did another crime. And then they be confused when the FBI hit them. Like the FBI don't have access to Spotify. Like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Idiots. So now the industry falling, we supposed to be sad. Now these niggas failing and we supposed to be, no, I don't, when that happen, I don't get sad, I get glad. That's the chickens coming home to roost. And can't nobody suspend me. You can't suspend me. I ain't under the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. When I say some shit, that's some real shit. And because the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace be upon him, want to protect his business interests, he gonna tell me to be quiet. What the fuck is you talking about? Anyway, they shit falling, it po to fall. The industry failing, it po to fail. That shit was full of shit to begin with. First of all, you don't, let me tell you something. The only contract niggas need to be making is with the Most High. And I'm not saying for no religious Christian tip. Y'all understand the D1s and the rest of them is all doing the same shit. They just finessing it a different way. It's all about money. They just finessing it a different way. Tell D1, if that's not true, the same way he can sit with Big Bank, the same way he can sit with these people, tell him come sit with me. Tell D1, not on no bullshit. I'm talking about the same way these niggas sit with the microphone. Tell them come sit with me and let's talk about it then. And I want to see, because you know the biblical scripture that he go by say you could try every spirit, test every spirit, and see whether or not they really truly are of God. All right, well then let me ask you a question, because your scriptures say you can't sit in the den with those who mock the Most High. Your scriptures say you cannot frolic around with those who are the demonic seed or those who push the ways of the world. That's your scripture. I'll find it for you. You know I'm good for it. Your scripture say you supposed to be, there's a separation between the sheep and the goats, the book of Matthew. There's a separation, and that separate, Matthew 25. The separation was speaking about what? Those on the left be the goats. The industry, you know, Birdman and the rest of them. You know who the Birdman is? Baphomet. The man with the wings, the fallen angels, the Birdman. Oh, that's not enough for you? The 5-pointed starters on the top of his head. Same 5-pointed starters on Baphomet head. Them the goats, the ones who always calling themselves the ghosts, running with the ghosts. Okay, so when you ran into Birdman, why the fuck is y'all niggas damn near lip locking? I didn't understand that part. I was looking for it. I couldn't find the answer. And I'm a researcher. And I researched far and wide. And I couldn't understand why the fuck this nigga was damn near smooching Birdman. And y'all think I'm playing. All you gotta do is go to D1 page and you'll see one of the pinned videos is this nigga damn near kissing this nigga. I'm like, yo, you seem real happy to meet with one of God's biggest ops. You like, we're gonna work, brother. Work and do what? Where the video at? You made a video for Rick Ross because you thought he was a safe gangster. Oh, you ain't no warrior. Mikael don't give a fuck who it is. He'll call you out and say whatever you think you're gonna get on, we'll get on it too. But for right now, if all we doing is word for word, you can't do shit with a phase 1. You can't. But you want to, anything else you want to do, I promise to the Most High, we can get on that. But right now, for word to word, y'all niggas don't even want to do that. You don't even want to play that. I don't know why you think you want to play them other games. But these niggas, they call out Jim Jones is a safe gangster. No disrespect to the nigga. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. He's a safe gangster. You want to know why? Because entertainers want their money and their freedom and their livelihood and their mansion and their car and their chain. They telling you how much their chain costs because they give a fuck about living life. You ain't one of them. I'm talking about the ones who would have been the dangerous ones to call out to even have niggas around him. Jim Jones is a safe gangster. He shop at Lennox like everybody. He go to the fucking mall. He's a safe gangster to call out. And who else? Meek Mill, the wheelie man. You called out the wheelie man. He do wheelies. That's how he got in trouble. You see what I'm saying? And then what? After them 3 niggas, he ain't calling nobody else out. Did you call out Diddy? Or did you go on revolt and make excuses for Diddy? You don't think I speak political? I speak PR. Why? Because you still want to be locked in with revolt. And you know they still locked in no matter what the masses have been told. You know that's still him. That's still his shit. All they do is sign shit over the niggas who they fuck with. That's still his shit. So you still want to be locked in with revolt. You ain't gonna call out. Did you call out Drake? No. You ain't gonna call out these big devils? And then you meet Birdman. Right after that video, you should have made a video that said, Birdman, brother, I want to talk to you, brother. It's time to come home to God. Stop being lukewarm. You can't be on the fence. You on the fence. Well, I tell you, all you gotta do is offer these niggas some shit. Then they'll sell their soul. It's the ones that all you gotta do is offer all that talk. Nah, let them run into a celebrity and you'll see who they worship. You ain't seen that happen with phase 1 ever. And I done met a lot of celebrities go through my followers. A lot of celebrities follow me. And those are people. Those are people like everybody else. You ain't never seen me meet these niggas and be like, bow down. I don't even have it in me. You see, if I'm going to make a video and speak to you, it's going to be a video speaking to you about the shit I speak on. The real shit. But you supposed to be a Christian. They don't understand. Y'all Christians have more stipulations based on your book. And if you step your ass out here like you a warrior for the Bible, nigga, you can't misstep and be up under these niggas. You supposed to check him too. And you want to know who else? You supposed to check Sway in the morning. Because then you go on Sway in the morning. Okay, Sway put out music that goes against God. Why you ain't making no video saying, and Sway, brother, I need you to only play music that's glorifying the Most High. Why you ain't do that? I mean, you could have waited until after you went after Sway. I would have still said this nigga's a strategic Christian warrior. No, you went on there and you posted that you went on there and you was happy about it like everybody else would be happy about it because you're an idolizer just like everybody else. Just like everybody else, you just didn't have the opportunities at first. So you just started naming niggas. But in all actuality, if a Jay-Z hit you in the name of God, you're going to be like, well, I want to work with brother Jay-Z. But you were just dissing Jay-Z 10 years ago. But you ain't getting no attention for it. Look what I'm saying. The people that are starting to get their attention, now you get to see whether or not they true blue. Not the motherfuckers who been trying to get some attention and they been saying they own business and saying they going to do that. And then they ain't been able to be under the pressure to find out whether or not they. That's the same thing with the Gucci situation. All that won't tell, won't do no paperwork, da-da-da-da. Let the pressure be on them. And now they do. Now all of a sudden, they tell under duress. The whole industry is falling. So any of y'all entrepreneur-minded people or you creators, this is your time. I'm telling you. I inspire people you don't even be seeing I'm inspiring them. We just signed 9 artists last year. You see what I'm saying? And I showed you that each of them artists, whoever was able to step up to the plate in their time period, all it takes is nine days. And we took people from damn near no followers to 20-some thousand. That's another myth. They got a myth going on out here, and I saw this recently from Ray Daniels, where he was saying you can't take an artist and blow him up no more. You can't just build an art. You a motherfucking lie. Yes, you can. Y'all don't know what y'all doing because you don't want to admit that 20 years ago industry is not today ago industry. You don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit you don't know what you're doing. You don't want to step out of the seat that you convincing yourself you still have. You got to surround yourself by a whole lot of people. You got to spend a lot of money to make it seem like you actually relevant in the scene of what's going on in the music. You're going to sell a lot of promises to these new people coming in. And then he come out against Boo Man. Well, I just seen Boo Man say something to it. It's so fucking crazy. He came out against Boo Man. But the truth is, I don't know none of these people, what they got going on either. The people they supposed to be pushing out either. Who the fuck these people that the last person I heard of that was supposed to be connected to Ray Daniels was NLE Chopper. And I remember meeting Ray Daniels through Angela Stanton. And Ray Daniels at the time was talking about how NLE Chopper wanted to go spiritual. You want to know what Ray said? He said he didn't think NLE Chopper was really about that. He said, but if this was what you really want to do, we'll support it. It didn't have nothing to do with NLE Chopper was really going through some spiritual shit. NLE Chopper wanted to take on a spiritual marketing strategy. And he supported the marketing strategy. I heard this from Ray Daniels himself. He supported him doing that. Say, okay, this is what you want to do, we'll do it. Did NLE Chopper stay on that path? No. No, he didn't. He didn't stay on that path. Niggas don't like real shit. Let me tell you something else. Euro got it. I met Euro got it back in 2020. Euro got it was coming out. I think he was coming around Boo Man because I think they had that, what's the nigga name? The other nigga who was making a video about she couldn't even understand me when I told her to drop her panties. Who that nigga was? The Fujiano nigga. Well, I like, that's rape, but nobody heard that. I said, if she came over, anyway, that's a whole other story. So, the nigga Fujiano and, Euro God, I think they had a song, I can't remember what the fuck the song was called. It might have been Molly or some shit, I can't remember. But the song they came out with, I saw them blowing up around that time. Right after that, that's when the George Floyd shit exploded. When the George Floyd shit was exploding, a lot of people were coming out. After I challenged them, and I said, listen, I said, all y'all rappers out here, remember that was me. All y'all rappers out here, y'all seeing the people saying we tired of this, we tired of that, and ain't none of y'all joining forces with the people. All y'all doing X, Y, and Z for yourself, but then when this shit pop off, all y'all want to be quiet. Then you want to post a little black box like we were supposed to just be satisfied. That didn't suffice. We were supposed to be satisfied with them people posting a black box, and then that was it. I said that ain't gonna. And then get what? The rap people started making their little songs. I think the Baby made Cop Car, Lil Baby made Bigger Picture, and Euro Gotti started making a little song about 400 years of slavery, shit like that. I said, okay, cool. But he got upset because he went from that song to making some other bullshit after that. I say, yo, this not, once you step into that walk of you gonna be for the people, you're not gonna go back to pushing and perpetuating the bullshit. Same thing I said to Dominique. I say, you can't do that. That's showing me that you did it because it was trending. Even though Lil Baby say, I don't do this for the trend, I don't follow them. Yes, the fuck you do. Because after the trend faded away, literally immediately after, when the Breakfast Club got you don't know I pay attention to everything. When the Breakfast Club got you on the interview, what did you say? You said, I ain't doing no more of the political shit. I ain't doing no more of the politics raps. As if us being killed by the police is politics. That's not politics. That's real life. The same way niggas killing each other ain't politics. That's real life. The political shit, you went and ran and stood next to Kamala Harris. Where the fuck Kamala Harris at? But everybody thought you needed to be protected because you was standing next to Kamala Harris. All that shit is TV. But the point being, your guy that got mad, he blocked me. Why? He said, I can't deal with all the negativity. He always talking about what we need to do, but niggas is trying that. He blocked me. No, you blocked. Let's be for real. The reason why you blocked me is because I was holding everybody accountable and it was too heavy for you. It was too heavy for you. Now what you doing? Are you still on that same wave of pushing for the people, or was it just the fucking trend at the time? Okay, you go back through my history 16 years ago. You see me on that. You go back 10 years ago, you'll see me on that. You go back 6 years ago, you'll see me on that. You go back 4 years ago, you'll see me on that. You go back yesterday, you'll see me on that. I've been on that my whole life. That's how you know. But some of these niggas came up, nigga like D1, they was with Hustle Gang. Niggas was trying to go other routes and shit. I never went another fucking route. It's the same fucking route. But now they use Christianity, and this is how it's going to blend. This is what D1 is going to do. I told y'all you're going to do that. But this is how it's going to blend. It blends because the most murderous rappers When they go and get their award, what they do? They hold it up. They say, I would like to thank God. Thank God for this award. I couldn't have did it without you. And y'all don't know who they talking about. You see what I'm saying? Because you think God just mean everybody. You see what I'm saying? Meaning, well, you just think everybody's saying God as in the Bible God. But God could be any of these beings that they worship, including Baal, but you don't take my word for it. You will know a man by his fruit. You will know a tree by the fruits or by their work. So if a nigga saying he rock with God, but you doing the op shit, like they're like somebody saying they blood, but they always wear blue. They always wearing the blue flag. They put it in their left pocket. You know what I'm saying? They bang the sea. They throw the force a certain way. It's like you showing the opposite, but you saying you rocking with God, rocking with them. That's bullshit. So all you got to do to look out to see who Shaitan's soldiers is or who the devil's soldiers is look at what they putting out in their music. And who show up in their music. God don't show up in their music, but that goat sure does, don't it? They always find a goat. You notice that? And they'll say, no, it's because we saying the greatest of all time. Bullshit. No, the goat is Baphomet or Pan. Go look it up. Pan, the god of music. It's the goat god. That's who they worship. That's the one who meets you at the desert crossroad and say, go ahead and sign on this dotted line. That's the crossroad. Sign your soul away. I'll give you all these monies, all these mansions, all the mammon shit, all the money and mammon, the riches, the wealth. You can have all of that. Okay. But in turn, you got to bow down to me. That's selling your soul. You have to bow down to me. So you got people like Sukiyana who talk about she sold her soul to the devil and da-da-da-da. Every time you turn around, these people dressing up like witches. You got JT putting a hand over her eye. You got Lil Uzi saying, I make a city girl believe in Satan. You got all the people doing all this. You got, the little baby was putting a hand over the eye. Baby's a Crip. A proud Crip. He neighborhood. What the fuck is he wearing a 5-pointed star ring for? But nobody asked me shit. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing at all. It ain't like these people that approached me before and tried to get me to sign deals. It ain't like I've been offered $1.2 million. And I got the receipts. Offered $1.2 million to sign a deal. Ball Greasy, if he ever deny it, he know I'll call his name. He know that. Come on. Ball Greasy offered me $400,000 to fly to Miami back in 2020 to sign a deal. And that's when he was managing Tommy. He know not to ever deny that. But ask Ball Greasy, did I take the deal? And the answer is, did I have the $400,000? Did I fly to Miami? Did I do any of that shit? The answer is no. And right after that, the COVID shit hit anyway. I never signed no deal with these people. They offered me hundreds of thousands or millions. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about because what was the stipulations? Ball Greasy, and like I said, if he ever wanted to deny it, tell him, come holler at me. He said only one thing. And he called my mama at the time. He said one thing. He said, "This what we need." He said, "Tell him, don't speak out against P and them. Don't say nothing about QCP, none of them no more. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do the music and leave Baby and them alone." Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm flying. And I told my mama, just like I'm finna tell y'all, I said, fuck that. I said, fuck that. You could have spoke to me about a record deal, what you want to, any type of distribution into that, but I'm not finna sign up under you for one. And you definitely don't have no say so what the fuck come out my mouth. I said, fuck that. Same thing with the nigga who offered me $1.2 million, who showed me that he had put $250,000 behind an actor. He said I signed him on his talent. I said, okay, cool. What we doing with the $1.2 million? What you talking about with that? Well, first we're going to make these payments. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. We're going to get the paperwork all together, and we're going to do a record deal. That was what he was saying. A record deal behind the song source. What'd he tell me? But. He said, and some people think I'm just going to be saying, watch what I'm saying. Because when I do a documentary, you know, I'll show everything. You know, I got receipts. He said, but I noticed you be speaking on the industry people a lot. He said, just fall off on that. He said, you'll be able to speak more about that later. Let's just focus on the song. Don't talk about them for a while. I left them on scene. So I know that when you got a purpose and they come giving you some money, these niggas don't have no soul. They don't have no heart. They get paid to do them podcasts. They get paid to do them shows. They get paid to do them collaborations, and all they're thinking about is money and status. They want to be that big guy, and they running and hiding behind God. D1, you a coward. You're not a coward because you're a Christian. I know a lot of Christians, and I know a lot of Christians who have heart, but you a coward. And let me tell you how I know why. Because you're using the demographic of Christianity. Because you know how willing and giving they are. Because they've been programmed that way. They so willing and giving that they give to the same person every Sunday. not to God, to some pastor, some reverend. He always got the good suit. He always got the Cadillac, you know what I'm saying? He always got the Corvette. He always got the nice car, nice houses. And he always talking about it's for the church. It's for him. A lot of this stuff is write-offs anyway. Y'all don't know how 501c3s work. These people are running a game, a business game. That's why Bank was saying he don't need to go to the, that's why T.I. was like he don't need to go to the church. And D1 ain't like that shit. If you watch that interview, D1 is one of them people who, if it ain't working with my market, I ain't trying to fuck with it. But then you talking about you for the Most High. You ain't read the book then. Because it comes a point of time where the gospel of the Most High has to be spread around through every kindred, every tongue. Do I need to school this nigga? You have to be able to reach everybody from every religion, from every group, from all corners of the earth, all four. So how you going to do that if you just run around talking about Christian and Jesus was never no Christian? You say Christian to Jesus, he ain't going to know what the fuck you talking about. And his name wasn't Jesus. He ain't going to know who the fuck that is. What make y'all think that this nigga just automatically wanted his name to be translated over into English through Greek and through Latin? His name was supposed to have been Yeshua. That's how they wrote it. So now y'all saying Jesus, and he was mad with 1440 Ty, because 1440 Ty didn't lock in with him. Oh, just know the documentary. He was mad at 1440 Ty. 1440 Ty wouldn't lock in with him. Right? So he unfollowed him, disassociated. What he do after that? He gonna make a video say a lot of people, a lot of rappers trying to use the name Jesus just to go viral. You talking about you? He didn't use the name Jesus to go viral. He didn't know he was gonna go viral. You fucking idiot. All he did was rapped on the mic and came how he come. You see what I'm saying? He always was spitting some hard shit like that. He didn't know it was gonna go viral. He just speaking the real shit how we do. He was speaking new opera in the music. Nigga, you was trying to go viral, and you know what you used? You used some safe celebrities who you thought wasn't gonna be no problem if you call them out. You put the name God on it, you sprinkled it on there, and you acted like you wanted everybody to come home for it. Nigga, that was a marketing strategy. Because as soon as that, what he do after that? He sold his album for $100. Now, after I done said, brother, come home, now buy my album. That's what it was about, your album. When you weighed in on Thug and wooed them and the shit that they had going on and the whole whether or not somebody snitched and did that or the third, you made a video about it. But then what you do? And I got a show in Atlanta. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Light skinned ass grifter. That's what the fuck niggas is. You ain't no. All I'm saying is they find a quick way to Disneyfy this shit. And then we saying, look at this shit. All right, well, how about this? Same with Rashad Jamal. I say, you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he is a real nigga. Tell him come talk to me then. He dipped. He go talk to Arcade though. He go talk to whoever the fuck Big Homie CC is. He talked to 16 Shotums. We having more motion than all them. We all over the fucking world with this shit. Don't let them fool you. We all over the world. Research what we're doing. We all over the world with this shit having more motion. And he stayed away from it. Why? Cause niggas, they smart. They know you ain't finna be able to cut and edit when you go live. I've been on here live for how long? Matter of fact, I'm about to push my show back how long we been on here. So, my bad, y'all. For those of y'all coming, we still coming. It'll be on here on YouTube, a whole nother thing. I'm gonna push my show back. I don't give a fuck, because the real shit need to be said. Y'all was so focused on going viral off of putting people's name as CIA agents. You thinking it was just gonna blow over. And then phase one step up. And I said, okay, how about this? If I'm CIA, tell him to get on the phone with his divine insight ass. When he's connected to the ether's ass. So spiritual. Tell him to get on the phone and talk to me. They listen. They on here now. They listen to what I say. And they hear. And they analyze. They say, this nigga ain't slipped up. And he's thorough. You see what I'm saying? And whatever we speaking about. It was another nigga say he was a 33rd degree Mason. I just saw that recently. So I'm a 33rd degree Mason. Every Sunday or whatever the fuck, I get sent a copy of the New World Order so I can find out what I would agree. I said, oh word? Let's go live. Ain't heard from him. I mean, look what I'm saying. Once you pull back all these veils, all the veils that fall up under them, you can't fall for it no more. Once you pull that shit back, you can't fall for what they doing no more. All that I'm a 33rd degree Mason shit, nigga, you sitting in a vehicle. I know that might sound crazy, but let's just deal with it. You're in a car right now. On a phone. Right? You got Wi-Fi. You pay bills. You see what I'm saying? They're not asking you what the fuck they finna do with the New World Order. You cap. And it don't matter if you 33rd degree. First of all, 33rd degree is a whole nother, that ain't even, That's why I say, tell them, come on live. All I want to do is talk to these people. And if I'm wrong, show me. And they can't say he don't have enough emotion. Nigga, we do millions of views. Hundreds of thousands. We get, the attention is already there. You can't say I don't have emotion. We bigger than Charleston White. Regardless of what people think. We bigger than Charleston White. I mean, we're bigger. We all over this motherfucker. And you gotta look at songs they try to act like don't happen. Like F Black History, 600,000 views on that music video. Well, me talking about some real shit. Don't tell me people don't want to hear real shit. 600,000 music video views. And I ain't pay a dime. It was organic promo. They gonna dodge it. And that's why I like playing with them. I just slap them real quick, yeah. I like playing with them because they dodge. It's dodgeball. You see what I'm saying? That lets you see who the real ones are. And it might not be a lot. But the truth is, if we're going to set a standard, let the standard be set. If it ain't no telling, ain't no telling. Okay, bitch, you told. All right, you a snitch. Simple. Put that on your resume. When you rap it, make sure you add that in there. You know what I'm saying? When you finna drop something, make sure you add that in there. You need to market that. How 6ix9ine did. It's a smart thing to do. You a businessman. You overstand. You a fucking snitch. You a rat. And not only do you rat it on wax. You a wax rat. You a candle rat. Yep. So my point is, the bullshit is falling. Everybody waking up now. I saw Boo ask me what the spirituality, Boo man. He asked what was my spirituality. It's not even a spirituality, right? Let me say how I can explain it the best way. Because spirituality is another trick. You have people with spirituality mean they don't fucking know. The spirit word is in the biblical scripture. Most people, the spiritual, claiming they spiritual, is just Hindu, Christian, Muslim. They don't know what the fuck they doing. Myself, I'm a seeker. So when you in the streets and you having to watch how shit moving, it's a nigga who ain't like, okay, let's take the Offset situation for example. They say Offset was on their phone. And then some shit happened. That's what they say. I don't know. I wasn't the fuck there and I don't care. But let's just say all these videos where you see a nigga that got ran up on, here what I be watching for. What he was doing. Anybody who be around me, they know I'm like a fucking owl in public. You see what I'm saying? It might annoy people sometimes. Because it don't matter where we go. I don't give a fuck if we going to the mailbox. I'm watching all my surroundings. You see what I'm saying? And if niggas are with me and they supposed to be on point, they'll hear me every now and again say, hey man, get on point. Because I'm having to watch this whole shit. If it's niggas with me, why the fuck I need to turn my body around if it's all y'all? We shouldn't all be looking in the same direction. I be having to school niggas on that. Because you ain't seen the videos when niggas get ran down on. Look at what they be doing. They be sitting there talking, not paying attention to shit. Niggas be having to run all the way across the parking lot. You don't hear the sneakers squeaking? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, niggas do not be paying attention. You see what I'm saying? So they call it you lacking. So if you lacking, that's how niggas get up on you. All right. Same thing with this. I pay attention to everything. I watch and I observe and I listen. You see what I'm saying? And I was raised to do that. So when you come telling me some shit, I'm listening for rhetoric. You see what I'm saying? I know everybody got an agenda anyway. I was taught that growing up. Everybody has an agenda, no matter who they are. Right? Even if it's just for themselves or to help you. Their agenda might be to help you. It's still an agenda. You need to know which one it is. If not, you'll be thinking this person is just true in heart. Not understanding. You got to put people through certain pressures and certain tests to see what the fuck their agenda is. No matter what they're going to feel about it. Would you rather test somebody to get mad at you, or would you rather be caught lacking on not knowing that this motherfucker will do you this or do you that? You know what I'm saying? So you start moving like a master when you start realizing, let me test everybody around me. Let me put them through certain smoke. Let me bring you here. Let me show you this. Let me watch you. You got to watch and observe. I'll literally communicate with some people around me. They'll know. I'll say, I'm finna do this, but just act natural, right? They don't know I'm finna do it. Just act natural. I think I might, but I could use a little more. No, you can put a little more in there. That's all right. You see what I'm saying? And then from they seeing me do it, they'll know, okay, I'm watching this person to see what their reaction is. Hey, look, we're going to go out here. I'm going to tell everybody I don't got no money. I left my wallet. And I want you to just watch everybody. No, I have my wallet, nigga. That's not the point. I have the wallet, nigga. I got way more than enough money. I'm saying, I'm going to say I left my wallet. And I want you to watch people. Right? Or I'm saying, yo, we finna raise $1,000 to do this. And I've done this. Say, we about to raise $1,000. We're going to raise $1,000. We in a Telegram group. All right, everybody raise $1,000. But some people going to say this, say that. I said, no, just watch people. And then we raise 1,000, and then I say, all right, nobody send it. Because they didn't send the money. They were just saying what they got, like pledges. I got this, I got that, I got that. But I'm watching everybody and the things they saying in between. I say, I know with certain types of pressures, you'll be subject to this type of decision making. Da, da, da. And I ain't even asked for the money. When they finally figured out that they had the whole amount, I said, okay, nobody sent anything. We don't need the money. You see, you got to test people. You got to test what y'all at. You got to test what people are saying. If you don't, ain't no telling what they'll do you. All right? When the pastor's standing in front of you, you need to wait for it. No matter what he's saying. He could be saying the biggest shit ever. It could be something that seems like it's coming directly from God. You know what pastors train to do? Pastors train to speak in terms of generality. They're general experts. So they're going to speak some shit. But it's going to be like, somebody in here going through something. And you be like, I'm somebody. There's somebody dealing with some bills. I'm hearing bills. I got bills. Right? Hey, let that person go. That toxic person in your life, let him go. He talking to me. Everybody has a toxic person in their fucking life. Everybody has bills. Everybody's somebody. And I'm sitting here like, you don't feel that? No, I don't feel that. You see what I'm saying? Now you can go for a message, that's fine. But you just have to know the game. You get the message, that might be a confirmation or a reminder. Some of y'all get readings for that. Where do you need to plug up at? Oh, I'll probably see if you can yeah. It's alright. Hold on, y'all. Let me plug the charger up. Oh, I ain't gonna be able to plug. Oh, yes, I will. Oh, there's one side. And what thing? I know that. I'm saying, like, wait up. There's only one side. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hey, look, I'm gonna wrap it up because my phone finna die, and I can't figure out. I'm using the microphone. I'm gonna figure that shit out. No, I gotta do this show anyway. But the point is, when people be telling you, "Oh, I'm spiritual," that go for you spiritual people too, because it's easier for y'all to get. Y'all don't have no structure, and a lot of y'all left y'all structure, so it's easier for you to be swindled. It's easier for you to be grifted. It's easier for you to be manipulated. There's no structure. It's all good. I'm gonna figure. I'm gonna have to charge up and come back later. Right? So for all y'all spiritual people, when somebody come in and tell you, "Oh, I'm tapped in," tapped in is another trick. No, they're not. Tapped in is a spiritual person way of saying, I talk to God. No, the fuck you don't. Tapped in is a spiritual person way of saying, I'm in tune with angels. No, the fuck you're not. But you have to watch the game. Like somebody asked me, do you believe in angel numbers? Like, no, numbers are numbers. You can put a meaning to numbers. But if an angel is going to communicate with you, they don't need numbers. When you look at these books and you read them, they'll tell you the angel appeared unto this person and appeared here and walked into the house and was sitting down eating. With angels don't need to text you no 3-digit number. It's not like a passcode. You see what I'm saying? So when you hearing spiritual people speak, watch what they saying and you'll realize the game. But is it their fault? No, because they picking up on rhetoric of people that came before them. You see? So all that I'm tapped in, that's not true. No, you're not. Test them. If they saying that they're divinely aligned, test them. Next time they say, yo, I'm connected, I can see, I'm a seer. Put something in your hand, say, what am I holding? Y'all don't ever see me do that? I say, what am I holding in my hand? Well, it never works on cue. You notice that? They can never do it when it's time to do it. Anytime you ask them to do it, they can't do it, but then they can always do it. No, you can't. Because if you're divine insight, you should be able to do it right now. Your divine insight needs to load. That's not good. And you notice they downloads and all that other stuff be wrong too. But the point is, God would only hide from those who ain't supposed to figure it out. Right? Allah only leads astray who he wills, for the people who coming from Muslim background. Allah only leads astray who he wills. So anybody who going around claiming that they're God, or anybody going around claiming that they're with the Most High, all this other stuff, all right, they should be able to show you how to connect to whatever that is without telling you it's a feeling. The Christians can't do it because everything they go based off of is a feeling. Do I disrespect Christians and their religion? No. But the truth is, here's the truth. You're not ready for it? I'll tell you anyway. you don't know who God is. Simple. It's still a mystery to you. You don't know who Jesus is. You say, who is Jesus? They start thinking of some image that somebody painted. You know that what your mom and your grandmama got hanging up in their house, a nigga painted? It's not a photograph. One more, two more. They needed two more times. The Spirit said you needed two more times. What's hanging in your house, somebody painted that. It's not a photograph. One more time. The image that you think of when you think of Jesus, somebody painted that. It's not a photograph, meaning it's fake. You can't debate it. The image that you have in your brain of Jesus is literally fake. Because who the fuck stood there and said, move over to the left a little bit? No. Hold it like that. No, point to your heart a little more. Right there. You ain't gonna smile? You don't need to smile. You're Jesus. Nobody realized that? It took me to be here today. Oh, they made it up. It's not Jesus. So watch this. 3, 2, 1. I want you to think of Jesus. How did that happen? How did that image pop in your brain? Because a magician and a council of witches and warlocks and magicians came together a long time ago and said, this is going to be the image. And they implanted it in your ancestors' brains. And guess what? That image was passed on to you. And to your great-grandmama, great-grandmama, my mom, and you going to pass it on to your children. And this is some shit a nigga drew. They're like today. If I say, you know what? I think Gucci Mane look like this. And I paint a rat. Right? I just paint, I give it a little cheese. You know what I'm saying? Put a little rat trap in the back. You know what I'm saying? Give him a little molehill for a house. I say, I think this nigga look like this. Then I say, this is Gucci. And you look like, this is Gucci. This is my Gucci. This is Gucci. They say, yeah, this is Gucci. You could pray to it. You could put it on your heart. If you want to wear it in a wallet, you could wear it in a wallet. I can wear it in a wallet. You put it in a wallet. And then, mama, what's that? This is Gucci. That's Gucci? They say, yeah, that's Gucci. And he lays eggs. Say, huh? And he came back to life. Wow. And you take it and you, and then you go, and your son say, who is that? This is Gucci. He came back to life. He lays eggs. He eats cheese. And he loves you. And there's a place that you can go where, why don't I look like him? Well, it doesn't matter about what he looks like. It's what's in your heart. Well, if it doesn't fucking matter what he looks like, why they paint it? Well, they painted it, and then I come and say, they painted it because it's all of his bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I just showed you. Nobody can debate that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. He doesn't look like that. He might be a rat, but that's not how he looks. Right? Am I wrong? So, then you got grown ass men making Instagram videos where they being hugged up by some dude that a nigga imagined. One more time. You got grown ass men making Instagram videos where they being hugged up and looking up and smiling at some nigga that another nigga just was like, It just imagined. And this nigga been in our fucking ancestry lineage. Who the fuck is that? And you know what's so crazy? Some of y'all feel like y'all going to hell for realizing some true shit. That's why I don't religion. Because who is this nigga? Then they say, don't make no images. Everybody out here scared to draw a picture of Jesus. Because the Bible said don't make an image. Wait a minute. That's a fucking, that's an image. No, but they said don't make no graven image. I don't give a fuck if you put gravy on it or not. It's a fucking image. How about this, since you like that? Why when I walk into church It's 17 Jesuses in here. It's a baby Jesus. It's a big Jesus. Teenage Jesus. It's buddy Christ. It's all his mama there. I know there got to be some type of violation. If I say don't take no photos of me. Let's say we out in public. You already know I'm going with this. And you taking some photos of me. I say, yo, come on, man. Don't take no photos of me. It's the same thing. And you say, my bad. And you turn the camera and you start taking photos of my mama. I think I might bomb shit. That's why we gonna die. Cause y'all want to let these people do stupid shit. That's why they gonna do, you know they gonna destroy Earth. But it's because of that. If I was Jesus and I'm Jesus, let's say I look like Jesus. Cause I would look more like Jesus than whoever the fuck that is. Okay. Let's say I look like Jesus. No, let's just say hypothetically, let's say I'm Jesus and I come back and I say, okay, cool. All right, my bad. It took me so long. I fell asleep. All right, y'all ready? And they say, who the fuck are you? Like, nigga, I'm Yeshua. Yeshua, who the fuck is that? Yes, you don't know the language? Ibri? No? Shalom, Maki? No? Okay. How about this? What language do you speak now? I speak English. Okay, what's my name? Jesus, the fuck is, and who the fuck is this guy? That's you. If that's who you saying, but you don't look like him, so you're not Jesus. And you take the picture back. What the fuck is going on? Yo, my children, come unto me. All my sheep know my voice. That ain't how you sound. You ain't never heard about. Bomb it. Bomb it. Blow them up. Sodom and Gomorrah. Try again. All right, bomb it. I don't give a fuck. Who the fuck? Who is that guy? Somebody tell me. Then niggas be arguing. That's Caesar Borgia. That's not Jesus. Nigga, if you Caesar Borgia, you don't see the boy. That still ain't. I ain't never seen this boy. That what they trying to say. Hey, I don't know who this nigga is. And grandmama will cuss your ass out if you ask her. Your mama, grandmama, who that? That's Jesus. You know that's Jesus, baby. Grandmama, but at the same time, you ain't even gonna be able to finish the sentence on her. Grandmama, don't ask her that. She gonna go on a full-blown worship on your ass. They lied. So why would I do that? Now, I don't know where the fuck to look because you lied about the image. So now, when I think about Jesus, I see some white man. That's Bill. They just made his hair long to make it look majestic. Like, you ever thought about, what if Jesus, just like that Jesus image? Just like when you go home, when you take the Jesus image, like, put it in AI, be like, give him a temp fade. Like, tell them cut the hair. It ain't gonna look majestic no more. They know how to do that. When you get somebody with a long hair, beard, all this stuff, they look majestic. Take all that off. It's just fucking Bill. It's just Bill. Well, but if you make a black Jesus that fit the description of what the fuck Revelation chapter 1 verse 14 was saying, or Daniel chapter 7 verse 9, of the woolly hair, or the hair like lamb wool, and the fine brass, and all this other stuff, and or forget what the fuck the Bible wrote. What about history and geology and archaeology and geography? What about if they were around that time in that location, them niggas wouldn't have looked like whoever Hillbilly is. That's Hillbilly. Tell the truth. But my point is, we took a nigga photo or painting and took it as a real image, and that's fake. So that's the Antichrist. Ain't it? No, don't get mad at me. Think about it. That's how you break the spell. I'm not trying to turn you away from God. That's not God. That's somebody drew. You see? But you've been thinking that's God. And niggas who think that somebody's drawing is God been trying to fuck with me. They been trying to talk to me like they own this level. Family, let me ask you a question. Who is this? Niggas supposed to be, well, I know who Osumare is. Who is it? Niggas Google an image and show me. That's not, who the fuck is that? That's a fucking drawing. That's a painting. That's AI. How you don't know what he look like? And then don't talk about Allah. That's the only nigga you ain't seen. Allah ain't show up for his painting. But Muhammad, they got some of Muhammad, but Allah ain't nowhere near it. They got some of God. God all on the wall, pointing at niggas and shit, touching fingers. Y'all know God touching fingers. Who the fuck is this on the ceiling? Playing fingersies and shit. Who is doing that? Who? No, y'all didn't think about it. Who the fuck is that? That's God. And who that nigga is? Adam. Says who? Says whoever drew it. And then the rest of the world says, this is God. And this is the finger of God. And this is the fingertip of God. And this is Adam. You lied. And you lied with images. You lied with images. How the fuck? You know, the ground, the word for ground in Hebrew, Ibri, is Adama. Adama, to say the ground. It's close to saying Edom, but it's Adama. Okay. If you go outside right now, just for me, and you look at the ground, and you look at the soil of the ground, right? And you pick some of it up, and you make a nigga, just make a nigga. You tell me if he'll be Caucasian. No, I'm not being racist. I'm just thinking this is how I was taught. So if I go and pick a nigga up out the mud, think of mud, ready? Go. Boom, you see that? That's mud, right? All right, go pick some mud up, make a nigga. And he gonna look like Tom Hanks. He gonna look like Eminem. He might look like Eminem. He was around long enough. He gonna look like Eminem. You don't make no nigga look like this color out the. That's what I'm trying to say. But you like, come to church. Why? So I can be lied to? The moment I look at the church, I'm lied to. What is that on top? That's the cross. Wrong. What do you mean wrong? It's been a cross. The word you're looking for is stauros. It's a Greek word. And it's not this. It's this. Incorrect. Everywhere I go, I should see this on top of the church. Not this. Who the fuck? What the fuck is that? Oh, it's supposed to represent the Trinity. That's 4 points. Everything is wrong. That's 4 points. How does it represent the Trinity? No, it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. You left out. What are you doing? Technically, it's 5 points, but nobody asked me. That's not. So the cross is a lie. You didn't know that though, did you? You find me the cross in the Bible to look like that. They made it up the same way the Muslims made up the crescent with the star in the middle. First of all, if we have a moon, right? You know the moon, okay? You can see it outside sometimes in the daytime. You might walk out and see it now. You see the moon, right? Let's say we take half this motherfucker. We're grown age now. We're not little age. Now that we are grown age, we don't think that the moon has disappeared, do we? Right? Okay. So just because you don't see that motherfucker no more, don't mean all of a sudden it's gone. So this crescent is not all that's left of the moon. So how the fuck is a star gonna be visible on this side of the moon for you to see that bitch? Like this part done disappeared for it to be transparent for you to see that motherfucker looking through. That's a lie. You made up the symbol. Find it for me in the Quran. You made it up. And these niggas walk around with it on their forehead. Not even knowing that you're representing Halal. Halal is one of the devil's names, one of the fallen angels' names. It's literally Halal. And then you say Halal in Hebrew, and then you say Hilal in Arabic, which means the crescent moon. So Hilal is Lucifer, the morning star. That's the star. That 5-pointed star that Baphomet got on his head. The pentagram. Penta. 5-tail. 5-pointed star for the god Pan. Y'all let these folks trick y'all. Y'all say, come follow me. Why would I follow you? Why would I do that? Find me your symbols in your books, and then I'll be like, okay, let me listen. You can't even find me the cross in the Bible. You can find the word, but that's your English translation. Find me the original meaning. It's this. A pole or a suspension device. It's not a cross. I'm not crossing over. Fact check me. What else? Moses parting the Red Sea. Do y'all know how deep a sea is? You probably don't. Because remember they showed us in the movie that the water just moved like it was just sitting on top of a surface and shit. Remember that? The water just like, oh my bad. Remember that? You don't remember that, do you? They said he parted the Red Sea. Water like, my bad. Oops. And they just walked across and shit. No, nigga, they would have been walking down, falling, tumbling. Then they would have had to cross whatever the fuck valleys and peaks would have been underneath leagues. Then they would have had to climb their ass up the side of the mother. You don't just cross a sea. You can't just do that. Not even when you're Moses. So they ain't tell it. Then they had to hike up. They didn't do nothing. How you just gonna walk across? Then they crossed it. No, they didn't. No, you didn't. Because it's a sea. And water don't just sit on top. Water levels, but maybe they didn't know that back then. Maybe they thought the water was a flat plane, like they thought the earth was a flat plane. Because it looked it like it. Did you think about that? Did you think about that? You was today old too? You didn't have to hike us up the thing. I would have had to. If we was walking, if I was real back then, and I had to walk, and I wouldn't be able to walk across the Red Sea, no matter how far it moved out the way. You see what I'm saying? The burning bush. They said, the burning bush. Tell D1 of them come talk to me. All they need, I just need 3 minutes. I need 3 minutes. I want to know if you're really in tune with God for real. If you are, I just want to know why you out here bushing. The burning bush. Go read the book of Exodus chapter 3. If you have time to read in these days. And they'll say, the burning bush. And then you read it. And it's going to say, Moses couldn't find out why the bush didn't burn. Which one is it? Is it a burning bush or did the bush not burn? What kind of fire gets on a bush and doesn't consume it? They said a glorious voice was coming from it. Nigga, that was a light. He didn't know what the light was. Maybe it was a UFO behind the bush. Maybe. But it wasn't on fire. The burning bush is made up. It didn't burn. They just saying it. Easter's made up. They talk about Easter Sunday. Is it Easter Sunday or Friday? Or is it Saturday? Did he die on a Thursday? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. When did he rise up? He rose on a Sunday. What time? When? Okay, so he rose up then. Which one? Because some people saying he didn't die that time. Some people saying he died. When did he die? He died at 33. Find me that in the Bible. He said, oh, surely it must be there. It's not there. He said he was around 30. You know, when you're around some shit, you're not that. He was around 30 when he started teaching. You see, in these particular areas, before he got to Golgotha, or the place of the skull, or the base of the skull, to have been crucified, he was around 30. Okay, so if you around 30, nigga, you not 30. First. Then, it never said, and then he died at 33. Then, he didn't just die. The nigga left the planet alive. Did you know that? That when he left, he was living. They said, oh, he had his incorruptible body. If he had his incorruptible body, the nigga was alive than a motherfucker. So stop saying he died. He didn't die. It's just that simple. Like the Quran said. He didn't die. They said, why are you seeking for the living amongst the dead? In that time period, he was supposed to be dead. That means he wasn't dead. He was alive. They said he gave up his ghost. Somebody might have gave up their ghost, but not Jesus, because Jesus was like, I didn't ascend unto my Father. So if you give up the ghost and the ghost go up to heaven, you ascended in a motherfucker. Whoever was on that cross might have gave up their ghost. But when Mary was like, it's my, he said, hey, chill. He said, I ain't even went up there yet. But go tell everybody I did. And she did. So the whole story seemed to be flipped over on top of his head. But that's fine. You can believe it. I don't have a problem with people believing in Jesus or God or anything. I'll pray with you, all of that. It's just when you turn to say, your turn. And I'm like, what, my turn to do what? It's your turn to believe. I don't, you got it. Just don't call me the devil when I do that. I'll accept you for your belief, Muslim, whoever, Christian, spiritual. I'll talk to you too. You say Ashe, I'll say Ashe back. I'll say Ashe, oh. Whatever you want to say to me. We talk, we sit and we pray, meditate. We'll do transcendental meditation if that's your thing. I can sit and walk with you. You want to do Shahada again or you want to prostrate, Salat, whatever? Okay, cool. We can do that. Sajda, fine. I'll get the mark on my forehead also. And then after that, just after that, don't say it's your turn. My turn to what? It's your turn to become mu'minun and believe of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, say, yo, check this out. That's your thing. You see what I'm saying? Yo, we can talk. You can highlight all these other people because y'all act like y'all don't have gods, but y'all do have gods. You call them conscious leaders in the spiritual community. So you can talk about Rashad Jamal, talk about other people, 19 key directions people. I'll talk right there with you. But then don't turn to me like, it's your turn to believe. My turn to do what? Your turn to believe in the 19 keys and the rest of the people. No, these are niggas. They're niggas. And they're lying to you. So I'm not believing. Just don't ask me. If you don't want me to say nothing, don't ask me questions. You see what I'm saying? I'll respect you and where you coming from, but just leave me alone. That's my faith. There's a lot in it. Yeah. You imagine why they stay away. Because anything you start saying, I'll be like, you don't want to hang around no nigga like that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Anything you say, you the realest nigga until I come around. They hear me coming, it's like, dun, 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 dun. They see my feet in the shot, in the angle of the low wide. Telling you. Here come this nigga. Yo, who you said you was? I am that nigga. Which nigga? Well, this nigga always says shit. No, I'm just saying. You're saying you're that nigga. Which nigga? You know. No, I don't. That's what I'm asking. Man, can't nobody play with me. I just saw you playing basketball the other day. Somebody was playing with you. Man, this nigga that's semantics. No, it's not some antics. This is not the antics. It's you that has some antics. I'm not dealing with some antics. I'm dealing with some truth. And that's probably why I'm able to spot you. Matt, let's just get to why we're here. What do you believe in? I believe in God. Which God? God! Which God? Open your Bible. Go to. I'm not opening nothing. Why you don't want to open nothing? It be the niggas out there say, that's right. As soon as I walk up, they don't want to give me no scripture. I said, let's get da-da-da-da. He don't give you no scripture. He give us scripture. Damn, okay. So you don't want to turn to what the fuck your book says when it's our turn to pull out what the fuck your book says? You got multiple guys. Okay. Even if you're speaking in Hebrew language, El just means God still. That's not his name. So even if you say his name, his, who, or he, hua, in Arabia, that's not saying masculine. So why you be saying like he's a man? It never said God was a man. You see what I'm saying? It's not saying masculine as gender. It's saying masculine as a force. So why you saying he's a man? You see? Let's play. Okay, which one is it? Is Yeshua in heaven right now, or is he everywhere? Which one is he? Go turn to Acts 1:9. You know what I'm saying? Okay, read that. All right, where you say he come back, Father, Revelation chapter 21. They got to return. He's with the Father, the right hand of the Son of Man. Okay, cool. All right, so if he's not here, then he's in heaven. Then he's not omnipresent, right? Then God isn't omnipresent because God has to come down. The kingdom of God or God's kingdom has to come to earth. Where's God at? God ain't in his kingdom. He can't be here and in his kingdom. Where he at? You see what I'm saying? Okay, so is God in hell? Is God in my bathroom? Where's he at? Because you start reading the story. You say God was walking through the garden. Nigga, that means God is a person, a being. If we can make our image and after the likeness, Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, in the image and after the likeness of man, in an image and after the likeness of we, who are supposed to be God, Elohim, or Yahwehans, or whoever would have been at that time in that story, producing or going about this story, the scientific experiment, we're supposed to be able to produce images after ourselves, and we're spirits? That don't make sense. So explain it to me. What's the image of God that he was able to make? He's humanoid. That's the only way it makes sense. Because all of us don't look alike. So we all made in the image and after the likeness of God. Nigga, all of us don't look alike, but we all have the humanoid composition. We have the same or similar symmetry, unless of course there's some deformities and things like that. But the point is, God would have made himself after the image of himself. He would have had to been in himself or their self or themselves or whoever, but the selves would have had to still been present. So it's not a spirit. So stop trying to act like God is sitting here watching me. Why you make that up? If God is sitting here watching me, why he ain't say, hey, yo, Adam, don't do that. I told you don't do that. Why he ain't do that? Why he ain't stop it? Well, he wanted to test him, but you just told me he was all knowing. So if he know everything, he don't need to test him. He already know what they're gonna do. It's a loop. It's a cycle. You get stuck. It's which one is it? If he knows everything, he don't need to test you because he already know what you're gonna do. What the fuck is the point of testing you? And then people get stuck. They get stuck there. I'm like, all you have to do is just stop believing that. But I don't want to go to hell. All right, check this out. The only place that you can have for hell is a nigga who wasn't even walking with Jesus. Unless you're talking about Sheol. Sheol is a different story, but it's talking about a grave, a pit. Well, I got bad news. One day you're going to hell. One day you're going to Sheol because you're going to die. That's bad news. No. It's just reality. One day you go into the ground. That's Sheol, the pit, the grave. But hell, as someone that's burning, as Luke. Luke, first of all, don't know shit. He start off by telling you he don't know shit. And the only other place you can find that is when it's on Revelation, where you speak about the lake of fire. But the lake of fire is not hell, because death and hell get thrown into the lake of fire. So hell as some fiery place is not biblical. Only place you get it is Luke, when he was talking about Lazarus and the rich man, where he said he was on fire. But that don't mean that that's what hell is. Lazarus could have just been experiencing fire. I mean, the rich man could have been experiencing fire and wanting water. But that don't mean that's what hell is. Because how do hell, which is supposed to be fire, get thrown into the lake of fire? How you... Well, I guess if anybody could beat fire with fire, it would be God. They made it up. They made it up. Now, do you have the right to believe it? Yes. You can believe that. Can you believe in God? Yeah, you can believe in God. Can you believe that Jesus is that person that they drew the picture of? You can do whatever you want to do. What about the angels? If you think that they running around looking like this with the wings and shit, with the shit on their head, you can do that. Or you can grow up. You can grow up and realize that the wings represented their ability to fly like the UFOs. And the helio, the glow, or that disc around them was the radiance of the UFO. The unidentified flying object. They don't know what they are. Then people say, if you saw what angels really look like, it'll scare you. And they show you some shit that look like a spaceship out of one of them advanced sci-fi movies, because that's what you're talking about. They said a voice came from it. Yeah, nigga, they got voices coming out of police cars. How are you shocked? Pull over. That don't mean they got to stick their head out the window and say that. They can press a button and a voice. They said a cloud came over in the book of Mark chapter 9. A cloud came over the disciples and God's voice came out. You see what I'm saying? Okay, clouds don't do that. I don't care what you say. God can't make a cloud just do that. And why the fuck would he be in the cloud? You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. If he need to send a message, he just send it straight to your brain. This is my son whom I believe in. You don't need, what are you doing all this cloud shit for? What is that? It's for the rain? No, it's not for the rain. It's just God. Why are you doing this? Well, I just want to make sure you hear my voice. But why do I need to hear your voice from a cloud? Why don't you just speak so I can just hear you? But, well, I thought it'd be interesting this way. It's not interesting. It's more intimidating that you got me shadowed over by this cloud. I'm thinking I'm going to have to clothe up. You see, it's all games. However, if I pull up in a vehicle and I'm in the vehicle and a voice come from behind the cloud, which is cloaking my vehicle, then it makes sense. Now I can press the button like the police do and say, hey, yo, y'all hear me? That's my son. Everybody chill. I fuck with him. That's my son. I believe in what this nigga doing. Y'all better listen to him. That's what he said. The book of Mark chapter 9. Read it. He ain't say those word for word, but you get what I'm saying. No, you want to tell me a cloud was speaking. And I'm supposed to be like, okay. You see what I'm saying? No. It's all games. They want to say it's stuff that's supposed to be happening. It's supposed to be miracles. They say Elijah drenched the wood with water. And then fire rained down and it still lit up. Let me give you two. One, it wasn't water. It was oil. You know, like gasoline. So when fire touched that bitch, guess what it's going to do? All them idiots were like, whoa, that's really God. They were supposed to be like that because you stupid. You supposed to be like, that's really God. But nigga, you put fucking gasoline on that wood. That's what the magicians do. Magicians know how to make shit look like shit, even though it might not be that, don't they? That's what masters do. Elijah was a master. Okay, cool. Another one. Another one is maybe he did pour water on the shit, and he said he called the guy and say rain fire. He told everybody, y'all might want to back up about 100 yards. God dropped a bomb on that bitch. It still blew up. Niggas say it must be God. Hell yeah. Because bombs will blow up wet shit and dry shit. And don't tell me God don't got bombs, because we can go on and on and on. You didn't read Genesis? God got bombs. What do you think happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Sodom and Gomorrah was stones, nigga. You don't just blow up stones. Well, how about this? You don't just put fire on stones. Because they said it rained fire. You can blow them bitches up, though. Like the blast from the Quran. So my point is, you got the right to believe. It's just one day you got to wake up, be like, maybe, think about it. Just think about it. When you study stuff, study psychosis, and you see how it's real. Remember how you were believing in Santa Claus, correct? I'm not telling you God ain't real. I'm telling you they don't know what they're talking about. You hear me? So remember you believe in Santa Claus for X amount of time. Some of y'all 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Some of y'all still believe it. You just changed his name. Right? So remember you were believing in Santa Claus for a long time. I wasn't raised on Santa Claus, so I don't have that, but I remember people who were raised on it, and I got in trouble a lot in school because I was trying to tell them children, and my teacher kept telling me, you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, why would I not be supposed to tell them the truth? And they would try to tell me they're not ready to learn that, Their parents don't want them to know that. That don't mean nothing. Their parents might want to lie to them, but I want to tell them the truth. So I got in trouble a lot. But you believe in Santa Claus. Matter of fact, he shared a birthday with Jesus. It works. And then it's like a Christian holiday. So it's like everybody was doing Christian stuff. You put the angel on top of the tree. It's like, you went back to Genesis again. We get it. It's like, guard the tree to make sure ain't nobody touching it, but then you go and you fucking touch it and you get everything from up under it. The tree that's in the middle of your living room. I get it. I don't know why you would reenact that part that way. I think if you reenact it, you do it the right way. But no, you do the tree and you put the angel on top, who is the fallen angel Lucifer, or which you mistake to be Nakash. I guess that's why you did that, because Nakash was not an angel. Nakash was one of the beasts that were made out of the field. He was created of the field. You didn't read the book, but they tell you that's Lucifer. That can't be Lucifer. Lucifer was one of the hosts. So how the fuck was he one of the subtle beasts of the field slithering around? That's not, unless you mean someone who was creepy and had the ability to be sneaky, which you would have to be sneaky, because how the fuck did you get in the enclosed garden of the light? You can't get in. So how you get in? Unless you was already in, which would have meant you were an angel, not a snake. But that would mean that you have the abilities that even Jesus had, the book of Matthew chapter 17, verse 2, to transfigure yourself and make yourself look like something else. So maybe he could have looked like one of the niggas who was working at the garden. Maybe he could have looked like the garden. Whatever it was, Eve was like, what this is. He like, man, look, check this out. Hey, you can eat this. You could be just like how God was saying, you'll die. That ain't going to be true. You're going to actually be open on your eyes and all this stuff. Y'all get what I'm saying? So the point is, if it was supposed to have been a fallen angel that led humanity to fall down, why do you put the angel on a tree? If it was supposed to be shit you don't supposed to touch concerning the tree, why y'all pick up the gifts from under the tree? If it was supposed to be the devil that you can't trust that gets sneaky and sneak into your motherfucking garden, right? Then why do Santa Claus come through your chimney and shit? Like he couldn't use the door. He got to sneak in through the fucking smoky furnace. And that don't make nobody. The nigga rises up from the furnace and that don't make nothing. Okay. So it's the same birthday. Nimrod shares the birthday. But I get it. So it's so many stories. It's like, it's fun. But you grow up, don't you? And then eventually you say, damn, y'all got me. Y'all got me. You start realizing it's your mama them putting the presents under the tree, right? Okay, now it's time to wake up and realize the government is God. It's the government. In God we trust. That was slick. The government is God. No, they're not the only God. There are many gods, but the government is God. Because it's different countries. So it's different presidents, there's different hierarchies. And then you have the presidents of potentially extraterrestrials. So those are whole different groups of beings. They got their own systems and societies. Then you got subterrestrials, aquatic beings, and they got their own. So many gods. Remember he said, you shall have no other God before me. Remember that. He didn't say, ain't no other gods in this bitch. I'm the only God in this bitch. He didn't say that. He said, hey, don't fuck with them niggas. I'm jealous. I want you for myself. Remember that? And he was like, okay. So then we come and say, hey, man, look, check this out. They got a lot of this shit from ancient Egypt. You can't even hear it because you like, no, I only fuck with him. I say, all right, check this out. Here goes Cyrus. Yes. Okay. Here go Anpu, Anubis. Yes. Okay. Here go Isis. Yeah, all set. Okay. Here's Re, Atum Re. Okay. All right. Here goes Tefnut. Yeah, okay. All right. Here goes Shu. Okay. You're doing great. All right, show me God. Show me God. Well, I didn't come prepared. Show me God. I just showed you the images and the faces and the people that we got actual recordings of who these beings are. Right? Show me God. And then you go and reach for this painting. Well, this is all I got. You know that ain't gonna suffice. That's not God. Who the fuck is that? Who drew that? Who painted that? Who painted that? You see? The pyramids we can go and find. Right? We can find the temples recorded, the stories, the pyramid text, the this and the that, and the Thursday. But this God shit come later. Who is that? What is that? Like talking about the Hyksos dynasty, Alexander the Great, the rest of their invasions and stuff like that, when they started mixing shit up and painting themselves into the shit. They do that anyway because they scared. But I'm like, who is God? Show me God. And don't tell me you ain't supposed to make images because you made an image. It's just wrong. Show me the right image of God. Or why didn't the Christians make it a point to raise up against the Catholic Church, raise up against the churches, raise up against the Vatican and say we're not supposed to make images? You go to church and the image is sitting right there smiling at you. And that's a false image. It's not real. That's what they call the Dajjal al-Masih, the Antichrist. Right? Or am I wrong? Hey, man. My bad, y'all. I know it took a little while. We got to get to this show in a second. We must have been on here for a reason, though. Had to be. So, what do I do, FaZe, with all this information you gave me? I don't know. Well, I don't know. Shit. I'm not coming from where you coming from. So, if you already been trained on religion and to believe, you probably been got your whole life. I ain't gonna lie to you. They probably getting you with everything. Some shit I ain't gonna say. But they probably got you with every motherfucking thing. And you want to know one of the ways they do it? They say, hey, do this. And you be like, I don't want to do that shit. And they say, God said it. You're like, okay, I'll do it. Hey, do this. Support my music. That shit corny. God. Man, damn. All right, play it. You don't even like it. You don't like it. You don't like the music. You don't, because we know. You know, when you're a human being, you have certain sensory input compartments and you have your nervous system, the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. You're a being that's always transmitting. So you know what corny is. You know. You know. So when a nigga is doing this, something in your body tells you, nigga, that shit corny. But then what he say? But I'm doing it for God. And you like, damn, all right, turn it up. Turn it up, I'll listen. But don't you know it's corny? Don't you know that? Aren't you aware? You know it's corny. That shit corny, nigga, you know that. But you don't want to let down God. But one more time, if a nigga walk in, I'm gonna walk off screen though so you can understand it. Let's say you're the judge, it's talent show time. Ready? But you shouldn't be lukewarm. You shouldn't be lukewarm, brother. You gotta go ahead and you gotta do what God said. But we don't want to go to the strip club. We don't want to go to the strip club, brother. Oh man, they done banned me from the strip club. You know that shit corny, don't it? You know that shit corny, but you like, but he said God. It's like, well, I don't give a fuck. Because I didn't grow up believing that somebody saying God, he got pure intentions. Because the pastor sit there and yell God every Sunday. And that be the biggest devil in the room. Crazy, but true. The Lord, lukewarm, God, peace. Nigga sound like a slimmed down E40. And Then it's like, Benzino said that shit. He said, nigga, when you gonna stop doing that? He got mad at Benzino. You said something to Benzino, you ain't said something to me. Say something to me. Say something. Say something. Cause if you got the spirit of the Lord with you, you can go, hey, what's a phase one? A phase one ain't nothing. Y'all notice everybody got all this power. And then I say, can we talk? That's all I'm saying. If I ain't nothing, listen, I still got the same shirt from lives ago. I mean, I'm just sitting in the office. I ain't doing nothing. I don't shades. I got on a lock sock. It's nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm saying, let's just talk. Let's just have a conversation. You don't want to talk to me? Because once that conversation happens, it's registered for life. And people can go back and look at it and say, this nigga don't know what the fuck you talking about. Or, damn, this nigga ain't for real. He ain't true blue. You see that? And they run. So if you ask me, what should you do? Somebody asked, what do I believe in? I don't believe. I don't believe in anything. And that doesn't make you an atheist. Atheist means you're against Theos. I'm not against Theos. How I'm going to be against some shit I don't believe. No. I'm not atheist. I don't believe in anything that anybody's saying. I'm seeking. I'm looking. I'm going to find out. I'm just trying to find out. Is there anything wrong with me trying to figure it out? Jesus might be this white nigga. He might be this white man. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying he might be. I don't know. But I don't think so. But if it come time and we hit and I go outside, I was like, oh, here it goes. It's time. All right. All right. Jesus, where you at? He's like, hi, buddy. How are you doing today? I was like, oh, man, fuck. Excuse you? Oh, man, hell no. You don't want to go on the ship? I don't want. You can't say that. You can't say. You ain't finna get us twice. Come on, think about it. That hillbilly ass nigga pull up. Say, you don't want to go on the ship? No, nigga, that's how y'all got it last time. And you even called it Jesus. You called it Jesus. You ain't changing the name, twin. You want to go on the ship? Come on, boy. I ain't got time to. Whoa. No, when I say boy, I mean my child. I'm not your motherfucking child, nigga. All of you are my children. Hell no, man. Jesus ain't gonna, boy. I'm gonna get his ass bust that day. Don't fuck around, nigga. This is not back then. So now you think about it, huh? Jesus comes to me, I was like, you don't want to get on the ship? You don't want to? No, you don't want to. Talking to his dad, I don't know what's going on. Why they don't want to get on the ship anymore? Shit, nigga. It gotta be a nigga coming down tomorrow to get on the ship. Hey, yo, y'all ready to get on the ship? Hey, see? You see how all of a sudden it's no longer the thing? You see how it happened? Did y'all notice that? Did anybody pay attention to now you don't feel that? Ready, said, go. Here go the first one. Come on now, time to get on the ship. You don't want to? Bring your ass on to the ship. I don't want to tell you twice now. You best be getting on the ship. Shit. Then the nigga pull up. Hey, y'all ready to get on this ship? Hey, here we go. Time to ride. Hey, look. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm about to get on this ship. What the fuck you talking about? Wait, get off me. It's 2 ships. Which one you getting on? Come on, man. White people get on the nigga ship. You know that. You know that. Everybody gonna get on the ship with a nigga on it. Come on, man. You just know it's gonna be fun. You don't even know. You know you don't want to drive or fly across the galaxies, nigga, across the universe with Bill. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Y'all need to stop capping, bro. Like, we can't wait. I'm ready to get to heaven. Y'all, boy, you know you don't want to get to heaven, bro, if them niggas running that shit. That's not, like, bro, you think about what I'm saying. If you get up there and you find out here Billy Jesus is running this, you know it's not finna be fun, bro. This shit finna be lame as hell. You know that, but y'all doing all that capping when you just stop capping. Start realizing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got music in heaven, nigga. Hey! Hold on. Nigga, it's music in heaven, nigga. Think about what I'm saying. Shit, man. You ever been to one of them churches? Yes, yes, it was. All right. You ain't want to endure that for 10 seconds. You want to endure that for... So stupid. You ain't fooling me. You fooling all these other people while you hide behind the shame and shit you don't want the world to see while you trying to put on. But nigga, you don't... boy. Yes? Hey, send me there. Hey, send me that. Hey, send me that. No, don't try to talk me out of it. Hey, send me that. Are you sure, my son? Yes, I am, nigga. Stop singing to me. What the fuck you talking about? Shit, nigga, send me that. It's gonna burn. Nigga, the sun burnt. The sun ain't gonna burn me. How about that? I'll say it like that. I ain't worried. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. Fine. Shit. Good. They gonna take niggas out there talking about, we're going to Pluto. I don't want to go to Pluto. I don't like going to Walmart. Y'all know why the fuck it be cold in Walmart. Y'all know that. You know that. We all know. We just never say it. So you walk in Walmart, man, fuck, damn. You don't even want to shop no motherfucking more. You know why it be cold. Everything's the produce section in fucking Walmart. Man, I don't give a damn about this stupid shit. We're going to go to my planet where it's nice and cold. I don't want to do that. I want to go back to the tropical place. Well, the sun's getting hotter. Shit, man. That's why they trying to get the fuck up out of here. It's already turning to hell. But my point is, you don't want to do that. Music in heaven. You know that. And I ain't saying they got to be hip hop. I'm just saying you don't want that shit, boy. You don't want that. You know you don't want that. All they capping for the internet. And then get mad at me. Why it's cold and what? I ain't finna answer you like you trying to set me up. I ain't answering that shit. I don't know why it's cold in Walmart. I've been trying to figure that out my whole life. I know white heavy music ain't got no... Look, check this out. Y'all tripping. Check this out. All I'm saying is whoever the white man is, we need to figure it out. We need to figure out who the fuck is this nigga, bro. Who the fuck is this nigga? He like a bill collector. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like he drink a mean beer. And I'm not roasting Jesus. Because who is that dude? That's not Jesus. That's not Jesus, bro. When we gonna wake up? That's not him. Bro, we've been tricked. Bro, Jesus could pull up looking like fucking Wale. And they gonna treat him like trash. You know what I'm saying? But that's Jesus. He'll be confusing the motherfuckers. Say, what the hell is going on with niggas? Nigga, you don't know? They said you know everything. So surely you know how the fuck they got you looking down here. Surely you know they done drained you of all your melanin. It's just fucking canvas. They didn't even paint him. They just outlined Jesus on the white canvas. You know what I'm saying? They can't say nothing to me, y'all. They can't say nothing to me. That's why I just be like, all right. Any questions before we get up out of here? I got a show to do. I'm going to do the show at 5. We'll probably be right here, too. I like this setup. I fucked my mic up. Probably because I dropped my phone a million times. But then my wife was like, yo, you can just use my mic. I was like, okay, cool. So how's the sound? Does it work? Shit, hopefully it worked. I fucked my mic up. Y'all ain't hear how the video sounded different today? Shit, that was from editing, nigga. It took me some time to get it. The whole video in the beginning was sounding like... I'm like, man, fuck my mic up. Where the show at is going to be on YouTube. Oh, if you ain't get the ticket, you ain't going to be able to do this one. Outline, Jesus is my sugar. He is my sugar. Who the fuck is this guy? Y'all need to check IDs when next time somebody say they Jesus. The sound is good, and will the show be relatable? Will the show be relatable? What the hell? What do you think happens 2030 and going further? I don't know. I have no idea what happens in 2030. It's not my doctrine to say. That's Dr. York. But you can read the Holy Tablets. You can read El Abida, the slaves, the chapter of the slaves in the Holy Tablets. He talk about it in there. I don't know, though. My question is, if he already knows what decisions we going to make, why be mean and make us play the movie out? Hey, man, look. All right, you ready? I'll give you the answer. There is no he. There is no he. Okay? So when you talk about God, there is no he. If you speak about a force or a group of beings, because look, they have an army force. There's a force called the army. There's a force or a fleet of these beings over here. There's no one person. Never. Or unless they saying, I did this thing, I did that thing. Elohim, plural. Okay? Elo was saying one of them, like Elah. The word Elo and Elah are synonymous. If I say Elah, in Arabic, I'm saying a deity or a deity. If I say Elo, not Elo, Elo in Hebrew or Hebrew, I'm saying a God or someone who has God status, like El. So El, Ella, and Ella, Elo, Eli, or they say Eli, Lama Sabachthani is Eli, really. Eli, Lama Sabachthani. Okay, that's what we say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? L-E. That's how you say my God. When you say E, it's like put in the possessive form. Okay, so El is God. My God, Eli, not my father. That would have been Abi. You see what I'm saying? So my God, not father. My God, why has thou forsaken? I think people might get that confused because he was saying Abba when he was calling out and asking that the cup pass him by, only if it be in the will of the Most High, who would have been referred to as Elyon if you were talking about the Israelite gods. Elyon, which is Ilion, or Ilion saying the highest or the most elevated or upper place, not even a person, interestingly enough. But they say Elyon to be the Hebrew Israelite God. So it's just one of those things where you have to really know not just the language itself, but know what's being referred to. But the point is, it's not a he. It's not something like how you and I are he. Or if I say rajul or a male, or as opposed to insan in Arabic where they say humanity or human beings. Or if I say you as in a person, I'm not talking about huwa. Huwa is a force, what they call masculine, okay? But it's also saying that something is pronounced or undefined. They don't really understand what it is. They call it divine. It's a mystery. So huwa is a mystery. He, huwa, who, ha, all these mysterious words. You see what I'm saying? So when you're saying it in English, you're saying masculine as in gender, but that's not biblically. That's not Hebrew or biblical. That's something that people have used later on down the line. So now when they say him or he, they're saying it as in the plural, as in the pronouns that they know of now. Let it out. Yeah, give me 1 second. Right here. Is that clear? So the point being, yeah, they fooled everybody, bro, but they had to because they wanted to do business. It's their business. And shit, how you gonna run a government without? Look at how people act without having, you know what I'm saying, the knowing of God. They just got the belief of God. You see what I'm saying? Look at God being present in their brain and look how people act. Man, please, imagine if it wasn't no God. This society would be out of control. There would be nothing anybody could do. This place would have been collapsed on itself. I shook. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at the government for creating God, but the point is, you know what I'm saying? People got to wake up and realize that that's what's happening. And now God is flying around. God is moving around in chariots. They're calling them UFOs. God is doing business and coming in and meeting with men, but they're not meeting with y'all because y'all don't run anything. They meet with the governments, according to what's being documented. So they got them UFO disclosures and all that stuff. You got UFOs flying around. Those are the chariots of God. Them aliens or the extraterrestrials, those are angels. That's what the angels are. You know what I mean? Now, how many of y'all that are saying that y'all Christians and chosen people, all this stuff, how many of y'all are in contact with extraterrestrials? I'm not talking about you had an extraterrestrial encounter. That's a difference. How many of y'all, you know how you can get in contact with your people? They got something called contacts in your phone. How many of y'all are in contact with extraterrestrials? Yeah. Nobody. Some people gonna claim it, and then if I pull them up, it'll be quick. You'll see. Nobody. So the extraterrestrials are dealing with people that run shit, or they might be isolating certain people to be able to contact them on a whole other thing. But it's like everybody wants to be special. The truth is, this shit is too everlasting for you to be special. Too everlasting. Thank you for the Innocence album. It must. Oh, she dropped it. It must have dropped. I didn't even know it dropped. I know we was supposed to be dropping it. That's what's up. That's the meditation one. All right. Any more questions before we get up out? For those of y'all coming to the show, be ready. I'm going to be giving you some information, including some coordinates that you need to know, and some things about to happen that you need to understand about, so you can be prepared. So I'm guessing we have a government guy, a governmental guy. You don't have to guess. Why would you need to guess? Look around. They run everything. Think about it. Think about it. Who run this world? If the God of this world is Satan, according to your biblical scriptures, those of you who believe in it, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, I've cited it a few times. If the God of this age or the God of this world is Shaitan, Hasatan, he run the planet. The prince of this world have nothing in me. Right? Why they allow churches to be here? Why does the church pay taxes to the devil? Why do they allow Bibles to be sold? Think about what I'm saying. God doesn't run this world. The devils do. The fallen angels do. Luciferians do. Whatever you want to call them. Illuminatus. They run the world. And they allow the Vatican, they allow churches, they allow the Catholics to do their business. They don't bother the church. The ones that'll bother probably be the mosque, but they don't bother the church. Balance? Nope. That's wishful thinking. It's called allowance, not balance. It's allowance. You want to know why they allow it? Because they know it's made up. That's why. Why would I let my op set up shop on my block? One more time. Why would I let my op set up shop on my block? I run everything. You see what I'm saying? So if the devil run this planet or this world, why would he let the churches be here? It's not for balance. That's because you in hell. Up. Sleep paralysis. Demons. You encounter demons. Right? Right. You see all the demonic shit that's happening on the planet. All kind of demonic sightings in the Hat Man and the Slender Man and da-da-da. Remember that? Okay. Now that's why they saw an angel, they're going to say, I saw a rainbow. You saw a rainbow. You saw a rainbow. You didn't see an angel. Because they described the angels. They said the angels wear clothes. You didn't see them. They were no fucking angel. You didn't see that. You saw a rainbow. You saw a reflection. It's always something glorious. Well, it was a beam of light on my ceiling. All right. Did you close the curtains? No. Why would I do that? Because maybe the angel would have went away. I don't. But ask them about them demons. Oh yeah, they was choking me out. It stabbed me in my chest. I couldn't breathe. It sat on my chest. It was holding me down. You know what I'm saying? They put Vicodin in my water. I don't know. They canceled all my subscriptions. The demons do shit and you can track them motherfuckers. Say, you a demon. I say, yeah, motherfucker, where you think you at? He like, yo, where's Jesus? Niggas call on Jesus. Somebody said, I was in sleep paralysis, I called on Jesus, and then after a while, the demon went away. Sleep paralysis goes away. You didn't call on Jesus to get the demon up off you, because if you called on Jesus to get the demon up off you, just assume the moment you said Jesus, the demon would have been up off your ass. You said Jesus, the demon was like, Jesus! The The fuck you laughing at, nigga? Wait till Jesus get here. Oh, okay, I waited. Jesus, where you at? Jesus, where you at? 3 minutes later, the shit fade away. You say, whew, thank you, Jesus. Jesus had nothing to do with that. Sleep paralysis only lasts about 3 minutes. I mean, I don't know, man. What can I do to help them? Hell is real. You in hell, and you're sharing hell with demons. And where the angels at? Let me tell you where the angels... I don't know if I should say it. Never mind. Nope. I don't think people understand what I'm about to say. That's why sometimes you got to stop that shit. Like, no, you're going too far. You got to wean people on the same. No, all right. All right, if I can't say it, all right, here how we do. We do. If I hear a loud bang in 9 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, the angels come in as human beings and y'all kill us. Or lock us up. Or crucify us. Or hate us. Or act like we don't exist because we're dangerous. Not dangerous as we can beat your ass, probably, but dangerous as in we say one phrase and it could shut down any operation you're moving. So we gotta act like it doesn't exist. Angels come through. They come through. But they don't come through like the fucking cartoons. They come through like the movies. In the movies, go watch Preacher's Wife. Go watch the movie Preacher's Wife. They come through and they just regular people. So when you're looking for a stereotype of who the angel is, you're like, angels come, angels come. But you're looking for wings and shit. Or maybe we need to be white. But if we was a little baby floating around with a diaper and shit with the horn, you're like, that's an angel. And I walk up to you and say, that's right. That's an angel. He said, get the fuck away from me, you bum. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to get the fuck away from you. I'm a bum. The angels come through and they'll give you certain signs and certain keys. And then you just want them locked up and out the way. It's like, that doesn't make sense to us. And you think I'm just saying this? When the angels came through to the people in Sodom and Gomorrah, they was chasing the angels trying to rape them. They were beating on locked doors saying, hey, give us them niggas. What? We saw them angels coming there. We want them. I done had all this human. I want some angel. Angels look like, what the fuck? Lot's like, this is what I was dealing with. This is who y'all sent to go and find niggas amongst. That's why he kept letting the number drop down, Abraham. Abraham trying to make a deal with God. Who were the angels who was standing there? Hey, I know you finna blow everything up. But look, what if I find like 50 niggas? Angels like, okay. Abraham say, 40. What if I find 40 niggas? 30 niggas. If I can find 10 niggas. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. Because he knew it wasn't, the angel knew wasn't nobody to fuck out there except Lot. That was it. So, you in hell, shit. It's plenty evidence of demons. And all your idols and gods are demonic incarnates. They're not stars by accident. But believe what you want. Even though they'll show you. They'll go to spirit cooking parties. That sound normal to you? You got a body on the table with blood leaking out of it. And they supposed to be acting like they dipping in and get a fucking flesh-eating, incarnate, cannibal, demonic beings making music for you to listen to. Sound familiar to me? Sound familiar to me. But you like it here. You like them devils. You like them celebrities. Them celebrated entities. You like them. We don't. You get it? So we know when somebody faking it. And we be like, D1 is not one of us. You like, that's one of the messengers. You should leave him alone. At least he said something. All right, he gonna hypothetically get his head cut off because he's not one of us. And when you step in the midst of this shit, we want it to be known you ain't one of us. We can see it. Ain't no who else. Oh, by the way, there are no more of me out here. Did you see that coming? There's nobody out here that's one of us. I saw someone who could be. I'm like, that could probably be one of them angels. But no. Ain't no more us out here. Now, you want to pull the wheel? I'll pull it back. If y'all want me to shut up, tell me shut up. If you want me to say some more, I'll say some more. But I want you to disregard everything I'm saying. Deal? Okay. What y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to shut up, or y'all want me to pull the wool back some more? But the deal is, you got to take it to be allegory. You can't take it to be literal. If we can make that deal, then I'll do the introduction, then we move over into the private show. All right. Here we go. Woody Self-Made is an angel. I don't think he know. He might be too deep in out there, because they do snatch you young. And they snatch those who got the good heart, those who have the body, so the digested of the flesh. That anybody that's incarnating into one of those bodies, is certain things about that being that need to be present. Woody's one of the angels. I think he might have got pulled too deep though, but he understands that God has a platform. Reason why I put it in quotation is because that's the only terminology they give him. And once they find it, when you find God as one of us, you'll grab on. And then it's like you looking for something else. Like, let me show you. I don't think it's a coincidence that the book that's right here by Dr. Melikazi York, this book is called Is There a God? Right? So a lot of people started with the God series or the Jesus series, the Christ series, right? Studying who God is and what God was supposed to be, because they were looking for something and they had to grab hold of it. But because he's grabbed hold of Christianity, and at one point in time he was interested in looking into Islam, if you remember, he's going to defend it. So if you notice, when we did our interviews, the sisters who were speaking to Woody, they spoke in terms of God, the Most High. And you know what I'm saying? Because that's really the only language they can really understand. And if you question it too deeply, you'll lose them. Well, they did a stellar job, because especially when Sunday was speaking and was she had her challenge, and he was like, I almost went to war with you. That's because he's an angel. You see? He was going to go to war, literally, and he was going to say everything he didn't care. He don't care who's going to hear it. He's going to say everything he needs to say about who God is to him and how God helped him through, because he's a warrior. Watch this. And so she gave him a key, and the key was about believing and knowing. And he was able to shift genetically, and his clock turned a little more because of that. If you notice, it happened on the live. He said, you just hit me with something. I don't want to believe. Now I want to know. He repeated what Dr. York said. He don't want to believe no more. Now he wants to know. That's one of the angels. I put people who were around in front of Woody on the interview to test. I even told him that, right? I said, look, I'm testing these people. I said, if they can have an interview with you and make it through, it's going to expose more of them. You see what I'm saying? So he was telling me he understood what I want you to be able to test these people when you get to talking to them. You don't got to hold back. Say the shit that's on your brain. So I'm watching them while y'all have an interview and the rest of the masses is watching the interview. I'm watching them say, oh, how they going to respond to that? Oh, he just asked them, okay, let's see what that. You know what I'm saying? So I watched, and certain people was able to pass the thing. And I told them, I said, you don't know why I did that? Y'all don't know why I had Woody do the interviews? I said, because he's one of the angels. And those moments were aids and assistances for him to help find his way back. And will he do it? Who knows? Because he got a deeper history, but it depends on who you are. You know what I'm saying? But that's on him, but I gave it to him. You see what I'm saying? So now he has that encounter. Woody is one of the angels. Summer Walker is one of ours. You would probably not understand it. Remember I told you take everything I'm saying allegorical? Don't believe what I'm saying. It's all for the talk right now. Right? Okay. Summer Walker is one of ours. Will she ever understand it? Probably not. But she does have an inherent knowing, which is why she speaks about not being from here, earth being ghetto, da-da-da-da. But they attempt to keep people like Summer Walker away from me. If you remember, back when like 2020, I was doing little skits and stuff. And I made a song called Summer Walker. I was attempting to reach out to her. Maybe I'll run it back around and see. But it's to get certain things in front of them. And then other people will get into her and giving her certain books and stuff like that. I'll say, okay, well, maybe if this person got her a book, then maybe she'll find it and maybe she can get out. We know who's who. Summer Walker is one of ours. Kevin Gates is one of the angels. Right? I don't know which story he coming from though. From which storyline. But he one of them. And I met him in person. And when I saw him, he stood up and had a bunch of beings around him. Not the people that was sitting there. It was he one of them. He's one of the angels. And he going through degrees he ain't telling nobody about. You want to know why? Because you ain't supposed to tell nobody. But I think he going to get out. And I think because of all of the things he went through, he's being propelled and catapulted into him being able to get up out of here. And I think they brought him in front of the council for that same reason. Because not many go in front of the council. I went in front of the council. When he was telling you the story about being forced to have to bow down, I went through that. You see what I'm saying? Is going in front of the council also activate your memory. A lot of it is about genetic memory too, because the memory that you have inside of your being activated at a certain time. And I'm using the word activate just so it gets you excited about what I'm saying. But eventually I'll explain more, right? So your genetics activated at a certain time. You start expressing a certain way. You start regulating a certain way. Then you start changing. Then you start realizing niggas doing fasting and da da da. And semen retention. That's all the stuff he doing, or at least been talking about, right? Kevin Gates is one of the angels. Right? Which is why, well, they told me don't say this. All right, so I'm not going to say that. Well, watch. You just watch people. And after I say it, then you're going to look at them a certain way. But remember, everything I'm telling you is allegory. But you're going to look at them and say, you'll see it more. The same way I can point out to you who a devil is, or what the symbol is, or what they'll do, or certain signs they'll put up. And you'll be like, I see it now. Certain things you won't see until somebody bring it to your attention who has the ability to do so. Kevin Gates is one of us. Who else? Oh, Montana 300 is one of us. Right? Montana 300 is one of the angels. Remember, you can take everything as allegory if you want to. NLE is not one. He's a muggle. He's a human being. A mortal. Montana 300 is one of us. A lot of us you'll see go independent too. Because we can't be up under hierarchy. Up in any hierarchy that is supposed to be posing as God is like offensive to us. So we can't. It's not even if we tried to, it wouldn't work because we have an earpiece that's telling us what to do 24/7. And our program doesn't align with their program, so we can't be up under them. Montana is one of us. And I met Montana while I was going on tour. This was back in like 2021. And I was around him and we were talking. True story. And we were in his movie theater, like game room. He had like a whole bunch of collector's items and stuff like that. So we were in a movie theater. It was myself, it was his wife, and it was his child. We talking. They on one side, I'm on one side. And then they ended up going upstairs. He showed me the movie Meteor Man. I had never seen that. So you watch and see what movie he showed me. He showed me the movie Meteor Man. I didn't even see it before. And we get to talking about Dr. York. I said, I know what this movie's about. I said, the movie's about Imam Isa, Malachi York, who I was telling you about. He said, okay, cool, So we talking about it. And while we talking, something caught my eye on his bookshelf. What was it? It was the book Leviathan. I could only see the band of the book, right? Or what do you call it? The spine of it. So I say, I know it's not Leviathan. He's like, huh? So he look at his bookshelf. So I get up and I go over to get the book and I pull, I say, yo, you got the Leviathan book? And he was like, I never know what that book was. I never seen that book. I said, this shit was sitting right here on your shelf. I said, not only do you have one of Dr. York books, you have the Leviathan book, nigga. That's not no book just to have. So we get to talking about it, and I told him, I said, yeah, I'm going to take this up off you. But anyway, the point was, I literally told him that. I don't think I ever gave it back to him. I still got it, but I'll give it back to him one day. But I told him, I'm going to take this up off you. He don't even know what to do with it. But when we was in the kitchen, the book traveled from downstairs up to the kitchen and into my bag. But, so, and that's another thing that we do too. If you got one of our books, right, we'll talk to you about it, but watch us if we come around you. Because if you got one of our books and we get to talking to you about it, you need to watch what our hands doing. You know what I'm saying? So where the book just go? I don't know. You know, watch that guy that went out the window. You know what I'm saying? So we get up to the kitchen and we talking. And I say, I said, you think it's by accident that we met? He just looked at me. I said, it's not. I said, all of the coordinates have to line up. They call it stars aligning. All of the coordinates have to line up. It's not by accident. This is why you have this book. You have this book for me to be able to show you that this is our book. One of our books from the chief, who's the general. You remember? You don't remember yet. Our general is Michael. You call him Mikael, or you call him Michael. It's Mikael, right? That's Malachi, mine angel, my messenger, or my ruler, Malachi. So some people say my messenger, but Melech or Moloch is a ruler or a lord. The Lord is someone who, like a Lord of hosts. He is Lord of Lords, King of Kings. You run the army. The one who runs this army is Malachi, called Baba Yanun, or Baba Avatar, as they're saying now, or he's been saying for a while. The Avatar are saying, as the sons of green light, someone who incarnates Illa Muta Jesida. Illa, a guy who incarnates into the flesh, Jesida. All right, and becomes a part of it or takes it on as themselves. But you have to understand that muta word also means very, expressed like with emphasis. So when you become a part of a flesh, that's illa muta jesida, it's like you really take it on. Meaning your point of being in the human form is to express supremacy. You become a supreme being in that form. And then you're able to show what the incarnates are able to do. Some people come through in forms of miracles. Some people go out as messengers. Some people go out as warriors. Some people go out just to take some you know what I'm saying? And then they're gone, but that was their job. So it's a different. Some people want the glorious version of being an incarnate. So they think that if you be an incarnate, then you end up, posted on and everybody loves you. No, they killed damn near all of us, or they imprisoned damn near all of us. Which, you go read the book of Matthew, he was really speaking to the incarnates only, not everybody. The ones who have that bloodline. Also, another thing about the incarnate is you can only come through certain types of bloodlines. Right? Other bloodlines too mixed up, you can't come through them because the information won't be able to settle in. You're going to run into a message called Nuwapu. Nuwapu, right? Well, this is rich script here, right? But if you were to run into Nuwapu or Nuwapik or the books or anything we touch or anything the master touch, you. The only reason I'm saying we is not to compare myself with the master. I'm saying we because I was given Nuwapu from the master. That's the reminder. Nuwapu is also a sacred word speaking about prophecy or prophet. So when you're a Nuwabian, you're a Nuwapu'un, you're a prophet, Enbia, or one of the Enbia, who pluralize Nebi. Okay, so Nebi, Nebu, Nebi, which I say nigga calls himself El Nebi. I say that's a lie. He's not one of them. And you didn't even know the science or the truth behind what it is you're saying to us. Okay, so Nebi'un, all right? Every angel is going to get home. That's their goal. Now, some fall. That don't mean trip and say, oh, oof, or become Nephilim, as they say, or giants, or Gibberin, or Gibberin, mighty people, none of that. It means that you can lose your way. And when an angel lose their way, they really lose their way. You see what I'm saying? Human beings is a lot easier for them. They can lose weight, get back on, lose weight. But an angel lose their weight, you see that they'll really be on crack behind and that's why a lot of them homeless people, them crackheads be angels. Because they really lost their way. You see what I'm saying? Because when they feel pain, they really feel pain. So when they need to hit the drugs, they're really going to hit the drugs. You see what I'm saying? When they become a fighter, they're really a fighter. If they're going to murder, they're really going to murder. You see what I'm saying? If they're going to love, they're really going to love. If they have Ashuk running through them, it's really going to be Ashuk. It's not going to be something that's not, you're not going to feel it. You're going to feel it when you're around them. Angels show up. It changes the energy in the room. What Kevin Gates said in one of his songs, walk in the room, everything go to glitching. He's not just rapping. That's what we do. Hypothetically, all of this has been allegory. Remember I told you, you know what I'm saying? Remember I say the only way I'm going to start speed is if you take it as just allegory. Okay. So, where we at with it? That was Montana's story. I told him you wanted the angels, but I told him the same thing. If you ever get to ask him, I told him in 2021. I said, Kevin Gates is one of us too. Who talking about Kevin Gates? And he was talking about he wanted to do some. They were supposed to do a song. Kevin wanted getting locked up. I said, as soon as I ran into Kevin Gates, I called up Montana. I said, guess who I ran into? He said, who? I said, I just met Kevin. And everything was telepathic. It was nothing said out loud. And I met him in a private restaurant. It was a whole nother story. Point being, that was Montana. So Montana is one of us also. Who else? I'll tell you who the angels are. And then I'm going to tell you who the fallen angels are. So, Summer Walker is one of us. Kevin Gates is one of us. That don't mean they always going to do what we do. Because remember, sometimes people get wrapped up. But don't mistake it. Because sometimes the ones who be the darkest end up being the ones who got the biggest piece of the plan sometimes. This might come as a shocker. Lil Baby was one of us. But I couldn't get to him. You know what I'm saying? I attempted different routes. One of my routes was calling him out, you know what I'm saying, different ways. Lil Baby is one of us. And I remember telling my my mother, back in 2019, I said, man, whoever this one is, I said, if they didn't get him, he'd be one of our strongest warriors. And I was talking to her about how I was going to try to get his attention and get to him to bring him in. And then when he did the bigger picture, I said, well, maybe somebody already tapped him. Maybe he already, because the things he was saying, I'm like, yeah, he could be waking up to it. But so I attempted different routes. And when I saw him, I said, in a letter to Lil Baby, I said, you going to be Dominique or demonic? If you hear it, because I'll say certain things. Dominique, I believe, was a word meaning of the Lord, right? You can go check that up. But I say, you going to be Dominique or demonic? You know what I'm saying? You going to encourage our youth to run the streets and be dummies and sell their soul to the beast to see money. I was explaining something to him, but also saying, like, yo, you was one of us. You got 33 degrees on your wrist, but you holding flame. 33 degrees is two pathways, two different types of angels. One, I'm telling too much. But it's our numbers. It's how we hide shit. 3 and 3 is 6 when you add it together. 3 plus 3. But 3 times 3, when you turn the addition symbol into multiplication, 3 times 3 is 9. So you either 6 or 9. Some of y'all who got my books, so I've explained that before. So you got 33 degrees on your wrist, but you holding flames. You went fallen angel. That's why they got you standing in front of them angels with them black wings with Lil Wayne, demonic ass. That's not one of us. And Birdman is not one of us. Is one of the fallen ones. Yeah, I'll get to them. But they had you over there with them. You see what I'm saying? But even in the song, he said, if I sell my soul, I'll take it back. Like, yeah, you don't have the demeanor of the devils. You see what I'm saying? They've tricked you. You listen to the song Trenches by Monica, who I think she called Gunica, interestingly enough, in that song. You listen to that song and she said, watching in plain view, caught up, entangled in the web of the world. I wish I could save you. The street light, it trains you. Or something like that. No, she said, deep down you're an angel, but the street light, it trains you. Now listen to your girl. Don't let the game keep playing you. Right? Okay. She was saying it in the song. I said, well, either she know what the fuck, ain't no telling. Right? Okay, cool. Monica's immortal, though. All right. No disrespect to Monica. Remember, we doing allegory. She's immortal. All right, cool. Lil Baby is one of us, but I don't think he gonna make it home. I called people home. Remember, I kept saying, I'm calling you home. He's one of ours, but my mama will tell you, I will always say that behind the scenes. Even after I go up on that, Lil Baby, you know what the fuck you did? You want to be done? And I gotta get down and say, that's one of ours. But you don't know. When you got a brother, you might say some shit, man. You know you some bullshit, da 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 da, blah blah blah. But after that, you might, yo man, you got $50? I got you. What you need? You send him 100. You know what I'm saying? That's family. But I don't think you're gonna make it. Why? Because of the oppression and the poverty that a lot of us were birthed into. When you get up, you want to stay up. And he kept getting up. So he gonna have to take care of a lot of people, do all kind of, and he really sacrificing himself in that way. He's not ready to go on the cross in front of the world and sacrifice the image that they gave him. He's not ready for that. So I don't think he'll make it, because when you do that, that's when you'll walk yourself into your isolation. You'll walk yourself into your transformation, and then you'll get home. And then you'll be done did what you need to do, and you'll have a route out. I don't think he'll make it. Hypothetically, all of this is allegory. Lil Baby is one of us. He's not a fallen angel. NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy is one of us. He's not a fallen angel. He's not immortal. He's one of us. But they got him. And they got them very young. They got them with the foster families. They got them with the deal he signed, I think around like 16. Birdman got him. You got to watch the Devils. They flying around, looking, and they want to recruit. They try to recruit me, very young. They wanted me with Disney. They offered my mama $60 million when I was, what was it, 60? I think it was $60 million. When I was 12 years old, they wanted me with Disney, and my Omi turned it down. $60 million. They wanted me with Disney. So they go around recruiting when you're young. Because one thing about Lucifer's soldiers, they can always what? Spot a star. The same way God's soldiers can. Look at what I'm trying to tell you. When we see somebody, we can say, you a star. They'll be thinking, what? I don't even do nothing. I got like 5 followers. You're a star. You don't even know you're a star. So they grab him. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. He was one of us, but they got him so young, you would probably never understand it. But you listen to the letter I gave to NBA Youngboy. Letter to NBA Youngboy, go listen to that again. And you're going to hear me saying stuff like, NBA Youngboy, I could have became him. You see what I'm saying? I was saying certain things when Lucifer fell, we cried. You know what I'm saying? What I say? He used to be there in the skies with me. Are the humans aware it is not what it seems? Not what it seems. And people just be listening, they think I'm just saying stuff in my music. But remember I told you, a lot of stuff I ain't gonna say. But in that music, I'm gonna say everything. I'm not saying that so you can go stream phase 1. What I'm saying is it don't matter if you do. I don't say a lot of shit, but I talk a lot. I don't say a lot of shit, but I talk a lot. But in that music, yeah, I'm going to tell you everything. But motherfuckers think music is just music. Same way they think the sci-fi movies is just movies. That's how I get away. I say a lot of shit. They say, Faze, you don't never speak on the desert. I said, you need to go listen to the Blind song, my song Blind. You need to go listen to God for President. Yes, the fuck I do. You need to go listen to the music. The music confuses their algorithm because they don't have soul. So when you say certain things with a certain lingo, the emphasis behind it gets to you genetically, but their soulless machine doesn't pick up on it. I say so much shit. Nigga, how the fuck we get away with F Black History? Because it's a song. Because it's a song. That's how. But I said so much shit in F Black History. I had a sweat bead. It was like this. I had one. But I was watching. I said, oh, they ain't going to detect it. They don't want you to remember this. You ain't no slave. You and this and that. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm like, oh, more rap music. They don't even clock that. It's not detectable to them. So we sneak past a lot of shit because I just say it in the music. I'll say some shit, but it'll be real slick. Y'all remember the letter to Waka Flocka? That the Jin giant Flocka? Not one of us. He's a Jin crash out. He one of the ones Shaitan pushed the button on and just send him somewhere. He's a Jin. Remember the letter to Waka Flocka? What I say? I said, everybody who, something along the fence, anybody who ain't never got a mansion invite, put your hands up. I said, why am I the only one with my hand up right now? I was telling you what these folks on. Waka Flocka them. Those are Jins. They're demonic. Yep. And all them niggas in bed with Illuminatus. Or the Church of Satan. All them. All the Brit Squad niggas, they're all them niggas. All the Gucci Mane niggas, Gucci is not one of us. That's a fallen. He ain't one of us. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them ghouls. If you remember Gucci before prison. Gucci one of them, he was a ghoul. It's a fucking ghoul. You put a leash on him and say, go get him. And he bites your fucking neck off. That's one of them demons. That's a demon. That's a demon. Now, NBA Youngboy became demonic. He's not a demon. You see? You see the difference? But that nigga's a demon. Well, shit, let's keep moving. So we talking about the fallen. Damn, that's down to everybody. Let me see if I can get some more of us. Erykah Badu is one of us. I don't want to too much get into the family because people take it as allegory. Remember, it's allegory. Music Soul Child's immortal. Erykah Badu is one of us. That's an angel. Andre 3000 is one of us. He one of the fleet. India Ari is one of us. Erykah and India are not from this universe. But they here. For what? I don't know. Maybe they helping to balance something. Who else? Nas is immortal. 21 Savage is immortal. But he was a Nubian though, meaning he was around the family, so that's why I was reaching out to him. He's not an angel. Jay-Z's immortal. And he get used by the demonic side. But he's immortal. He's not one of the angels. However, because he came up in Thelemite orders and the 5% around there, studying them, that's why he say he's God and all that stuff, but he's not one of us. No disrespect to the brother. I'm sure he means well. You know what I'm saying? But he's not. He's immortal. I don't know who Lil Pop is. But yeah, anyway. Michael Jackson is an interdimensional being. He's between this shit. He was in between. But he was mortal. He was not an angel. But he came from interdimensional. So music for him is like the first language. That's what's in between. Quantum. Tupac Amaru Shakur is one of us. Hobson's immortal. Prince, you're not ready to hear that. What about Ye? Ye's immortal. Dirk is immortal. Nipsey Hussle is immortal. How feel about the Mayans? I'm not talking about the Mayans. CeeLo Green's immortal. Killer Priest is immortal. Dirk is immortal. I'm looking at what y'all saying. I'm looking. I mean, take your allegory, but I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you the truth. It's going to come straight through. How do you know? I don't. Left Eyes immortal. Prince is the same as Michael Jackson? No. They ain't ready here for Prince. I ain't going to do it because you ain't ready. Y'all going to clip it. I ain't going to do it. No. Immortal. He's a human being. Ace Hood is immortal. Oh, by the way, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of not as many as you think. Dr. Sebi is immortal. Big Curtis is immortal. Who's Big Crit? I don't know who that is. Jaden Smith is immortal. But he doesn't want to be, so he wants to raise up in the ranks. You can become angelic. That's another thing. Mortals can become angelic. Because you're just in a baby stage. But he wants to become. But you around too many of them folks to do that. Lauryn Hill, that's one of us. I don't know from where. But that's one of us. Pimp C, I don't even know who that is. I should probably. Absol's immortal. Alright. That's it. So we can talk about these fallen angels. Shaq is immortal. He's just he's just big as hell. But he's immortal. DMX is one of the mortals. But he could have raised up in the ranks, but his past too dark. So he ended up on a dark road, but he's immortal though. Rich Homie's immortal. Kendrick is immortal. Drake is one of the gens. It's a fucking gen. 50 Cent is immortal. I don't know why you can't tell that. Martin Lawrence is immortal. You ain't even going about artists no more. You just name a celebrity. All right. So, the fallen ones. I'm going to tell you who they are, and then you're going to take it as allegory. These are the ones, what the fallen means. Okay, Revelation chapter 12 talks about groups of it. So Michael got his angels. Those are the ones who with Malachi. And then you got Shaitan with his angels, Azazel, Halal, the rest of them. All right. MF Doom's immortal. Okay, the fallen ones. Marsh Mathers immortal. Young Thug is a fallen one. That nigga is a jinn. All you gotta do is look at him. Especially when he came out of prison. Look at this nigga like a bat out of hell. That nigga's a demon. Who else? Birdman is a demon. That's nigga. He's one of the jinn. He's one of the fallen ones. Who else? Yeah, I'm looking for their faces. Cause that's how you can be able to see it more when you look at them. It's that gremlin looking ass nigga. I can't think of his name right now. He just look like a fucking gargoyle. I can't think of him right now though. But I be trying to figure out how y'all don't see it when y'all be seeing these beings. But they be looking like ugh. A lot of them ugh. They look like that. Wayne is just a mortal demonic being. And there ain't no rank. Who else? There should be oh, I can't say some of these names. Cause that'll start a war. Some of these names I ain't gonna be able to say some of these names. Cause even with me allegorically speaking on it, y'all gonna be clipping and starting wars. But I'm gonna say some of these folks who ain't here no more was direct demonic incarnates. And that's all I'm gonna say. I can't say nothing else. All I'm gonna say is that was a big war that took place in front of everybody. Nobody knew what was happening. But we definitely went to war with a lot of that shit. The drill shit. A lot of the drill shit was them, like, something happened. I don't know if they opened a vortex, but it's like them niggas came through deep. But we tipped the balance. Kodak Black is immortal. Biggie's immortal. Pac was not immortal, but Biggie's immortal. Who else? I ain't gonna talk about y'all ain't going nowhere near Chi-Town. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up. I ain't got nothing to say about Chicago. All them niggas out in Chicago is just church going people. They good folks. I ain't got nothing to say about Chi-Town. Beyonce is a witch. That's a mortal witch. I'm not saying it in a negative way, but listen. Beyonce is an up in ranks witch. That's like being an angel as a human. That's a witch. I'm not saying that because people say it. I'm not saying it because she has a beehive. I'm not saying it because you can look at her and tell. I'm just letting you know what it is. That's a witch. Shit. You ain't gonna pay me to fuck with Beyonce. You ain't gonna pay me to fuck with Beyonce. Meaning, like, you ain't gonna pay me to fight her. I don't got time. Beyonce's a witch. I stay out her way. Simple. Beyonce one of the ones that you come and get me about her, I'm like, you gotta handle that. You gotta do it. After I advise you, don't play with that. That's a witch. That's other level shit. That's all kind of shit. That's other level shit. That, hey, look, if we get to that, we get to that. But that's some other level shit. It's got to be a different word for a witch. She is not one of them. She's not one of the little ones. She one of the big witches. Also, since we talking about witches, Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson is one of the big witches. The big ones. Like, when she walked through, shit shift. That's one of the big witches. She's not an angel, but she's a witch. And she's one of the big ones, as close as you get to being an angel, as a human being, mortal in the Nesset plane. Not Melakut. The material plane is a fucking witch. Rihanna is a witch. Shit. Who else? Saweetie is a witch. I don't know how y'all can't see. Saweetie is a witch. Boosie's a mortal. He a street mortal. He don't know nothing about nothing. 19 Keys a mortal. What do you think? That's a mortal. He ain't even no gin. He's just a fucking mortal. Yeah. I don't know about Tamar Braxton. I don't know. Yeah. Y'all get it. I don't know who Aurora is. I don't know these folks. Point being, the angels come through. Shit. People that don't be recognized when they come. I said it. I said Badu. Doja Cat is a gin. That's a gin. They let her straight out of here. Trump is an extraterrestrial. He is not from here. And he's what you call a hybrid. He's not human. I'll say that. Allegorically, hypothetically, Trump is not a human being. I can ask you, do he look human? Is he really an 80-year-old Caucasian male? Like Val Thor wasn't human. Nikola Tesla wasn't human. Trump ain't human. He was sent. Phase 1 is not a human being. I thought that would have been obvious. Phase 1 is one of the incarnates. Allegorically, hypothetically speaking. I thought that would be obvious, though. No, he said he don't look human. No, he don't look human. I knew. I just wanted to ask. Yeah. He's not a human. I think Trump may be one of the Venusians. I don't know for sure, but I know he's not human. Elon is a human. That nigga just smart as hell. But if you had to guess, like a lot of people probably guess that Elon is AI. Well, he's human. He just integrated. Ingenious in the motherfucker. Because he on that. Reza, who is that? Not Reza Islam. RZA. You talking about SZA? SZA's a human. She's immortal. Oh, y'all been listening to that in a sense meditation tape. That's interesting. Do you think there will be any mortals turning into angels? Yeah. Some of y'all. Don't think it's you're being talked down on. Like, yeah, some mortals will become angelic in their rank. Some of y'all, you're exposed to Nuwapu, that's what it can do. Transform your daylight to human. No disrespect to daylight. This ain't no disrespect, but he a human though. I don't know Wu-Tang. I don't know them. How do you rise in the ranks? It's so many answers I can give you. I say keep walking. Keep reading. Read The Doctrine by Dr. Malachi York and listen to that voice. The voice you got inside that tell you to stop doing something and start doing something. Listen to them voices. That's how you rise up. What makes someone an angel? Many things make someone an angel. What I'm explaining is that there are vessels that have beings waiting and watching, and sometimes they need to send people in to interact in the human plane. And you call them angels or demigods or incarnates. Watch the movie Avatar to show you that it's possible. You can take somebody's consciousness and stream it into a body. And if Jesus was saying, before Abraham, I was, he didn't have that same body. So whatever that ship was that hovered over his birthplace had to send the consciousness there, whatever that seed is. You see what I'm saying? To allow for you to operate in the physical plane, you needed a flesh. But he already had another body. They call it an incorruptible body. So when he raised up to that body, the height, the weight, all of that, he took on the form. But it was already there. But it's like growing something. Let's say, I want some vegetables. But we got seeds. We don't have the vegetable yet, but we got the seed for the vegetable. So the vegetable grows into itself, or the seed grows into the vegetable. And then we can say, okay, the seed is ready. That's why you have only a certain amount of time that the Ilamu Jasada could be present until they have to leave. Unless they're cut short, like Tupac was. Tupac was one of us, but he got cut short. And because he was cut short, someone else had to come back to finish the job. And what job was that? According to Malachi Z. York, making it be that the ships can come through, laying the foundation for them to be able to come. So you got to set the frequencies right in the atmosphere. You got to challenge all the bullshit, shut all that down. See? According to Pops. And he say he don't even like rap music. You know what I'm saying? But he supported because that's their job. Sade is not a human. Sade is an angelic being. She's not from here. Because he wasn't on the righteous path all the way. Yeah, you could say that. I mean, it's easy to say that. Coming from where you come from. But I told you. Illa muta jasada. You piss an angel off, you gonna see what the fuck muta mean. You want an angel to be a thug, you gonna see what the fuck muta means. You see what I'm saying? You want an angel to be a hardcore rapper, hit him up, fuck with niggas' souls to this day. You don't want us to go off the path. Cause we're very whatever the fuck we are. We're very in tune, we're very in tune. If we love very. If we hate you, nigga, we very hate you. If we gonna get your ass, we gonna very get your ass. So if we being calm, we're being very calm. But don't piss us off. Everybody overstand it every now and again. If we fuck with you, we very fuck with you. But if we don't fuck with you, we do not very fuck with you. We don't vary it. So I fuck with who Pac had to be in that time period, because who the fuck did you think he was fucking with? He had the devil scared. They had to get him out. But he ain't had no team. He was the only one. Just like now. You see what I'm saying? And while I'm out here, I'm like, yo, man, we got to help the master get out. We got to help the master get out. Everybody trying to make it about me. I'm saying, help the master get out. Help the master get out. That's the chief. I say, you want me to, I'll bring you, I know where the mountain at. I can take you there. But I can't even open shit. That's not my job. You need the master. You need him out. He's going to be the one that bridges all the gaps and fulfill all prophecy. That's not my job. My job is to be what I'm here to be, which is the messenger of my chief or my general, and to let it be known and help with the fulfillment of that part, the world knowing who he is, all that stuff. That's it. That's all I can really do. I can put the message of New Apple out. I can help some of y'all. Some of y'all might be waging up because of that. That's fine. But I can't get you out. I can show you how. I say, you get all the, ask me where the house at. I say, it's right here. You go make a right, woo. You go down the street. You go there, hey, dodge that, because them people over here. And then you get to the door. It's like, now what do? I can't do nothing. So you just going to show me how to get here? I told you from the beginning, that's all I can do. I'm not his successor. I'm not none of that. That's for mortals. Stupid. We're not here to be, why a successor? You think I'm here to just stay the fuck here? You think that's why I want to be here, and then I want to be here, and then I want to be here, and then I want to be, nigga, no. Purpose is, he get out, he unlocks shit, then we go. That's what the fuck happens, is what's going to happen. And it don't matter who the fuck is there to overstand it or witness it, because when it happens, you probably won't even be there. That's the truth. When you get out, you will probably be nowhere around him. You'll probably hear about it. And then you'll just see some of us just start not being the fuck anywhere. And that's how it will go. And you won't know. Like in the Knowing movie. Remember the Knowing movie? They didn't record that. They didn't go live on the news when they picked up them people and dipped the fuck out. You will never know. It could be happening now. So my point is, I'm not him. Anybody ever try to tell y'all I'm trying to be Malachi's successor is a fucking mortal. They're not going anywhere anyway. Because you can't see us. My sheep know my voice. Okay? Mason science. Or being able to recognize a brother in the darkness or in the light. You know wherever the fuck we are, we know where you are. I'm able to list it and show y'all. We know who's who. My mama's an angel. How the fuck you thought? We both came here through the bloodline. We know who's who. We here. And it's like, okay, all right. Looking at the clock. And everybody try to, he thinks he's this, he thinks he's that. I think you're immortal. And I think that no matter how much new WAP will get in your system, until you're able to realize where you are, you ain't going nowhere. And he said that. He just said that recently to somebody in Trinidad. One of the sisters in Trinidad said that all these men out here trying to act like they student teachers or something like that. He said they just took the doctrine and they just stood still because it wasn't for y'all. It wasn't you. You're not Nubians. You're not one of us. My sheep know my voice. So if you know his voice, why the fuck? I follow the land whithersoever he go. Okay, you a grown ass man. Yeah. You had grown ass money. Yeah. With a grown ass ability to get a grown ass plane ticket. Yeah. Why you didn't go to Colorado? Well. He went to Colorado. You should be living your ass out there. You should be meeting with all them. Y'all should be making y'all presence known in Colorado. You ain't in Colorado. You ain't want to go to Colorado. You ain't go wherever you go. I follow the land whithersoever. No, you don't. You see what I'm saying? Hey, man, look. It's so interesting how these people still trying to play these games. Look, they go another way. Somebody called my phone. The person that's doing the dancing for y'all right now, they called my phone and said, I'm the same person you are. And New sent me. I said, okay, tell Anu if he gonna send people with this type of energy to me, he can take that same sending and shove it up his ass. Fuck them up. They were frozen on my phone. I said, who the fuck you thought you were talking to? You think you can say the word Anu and I get like, oh, no, we don't. You're not one of us. Simple. You can't try to act like it. Somebody came on the live and was like, I'm Michael. Remember that? And we asked them questions and all the breakdown and all the stuff that he was trying to play. By the end of the conversation, what did he say? I'm not Michael. I know. I was just trying to see when you were going to say that. So faking the funk ain't going to do shit for you. It's either you are that or you're not that. But you don't need to try to beat it into somebody's head that you are that. I'm on your team. I'm on your team. I'm on your team. Okay, do my team stuff. Like we're on the basketball court and it's time and we playing a game and you stay looking at me saying, I'm on your team. I'm like, if you're on my team, first of all, I should see the jersey. If you're on my team, I should see the jersey. I shouldn't have to keep being reminded that you're on my team. And if I pass you the ball, you shouldn't shoot it in the other goal. Simple. Right? So do teamwork shit. Don't keep trying to remind me you with me. If you with me, but who the fuck are y'all? We don't know y'all. That's why you're having a dilemma. You got to block me every 2 days. Block me, unblock me, block me, unblock me, block me, unblock me, block me. Just to let me know I blocked you. I unblocked you. I blocked you. Yo, and there's people that be in their brain. People got imaginary beef with us. People be in their brain about who we supposed to be. People be made up and they pick a character out of the Holy Tablet, say they with this person. You ain't even keeping up. That's Sumerian. You're not even keeping up. You talking about Anu, you don't know who that is. You don't know what that is. Because if I ask you what it is, you're just going to say it's a feeling. They go 607 unk on you. So the point is, it's not about glory. No, they kill most of the angels or they hang us, crucify us, prisoners. They do that. But that's because they got to regulate their shit. This is their world. What would you do if a whole bunch of people came into your world and tried to change up the shit? You're going to do what you can to regulate your shit. So I'm not mad at the devils for doing what the devils do. That's what they do. The devils do their job. If the devil want to come out and slander, you'll hear me. Some of y'all witness me say, man, just do your job. And it was silence because that's your job. What is one supposed to say? But you're immortal. You would never overstand this level. So you think you're doing something because what? You see the body? Who am I before my body? Who are you talking to or hearing from? Why are you here? Why do they run from me? Why, since I was a child, have I ran with this and it worked and we're not done? Why he finna get out? And why when he get out, ain't nobody gonna know yet? I mean, this shit is coming. Because only a few. He said, when all this is over, only 9 of you gonna be with me. Y'all trying to bully y'all way into the 9? It's not a lot of seats, family. Trying to bully your way into the Volkswagen. Let me ask you something. All y'all chosen people, where your children at? All you chosen adults, where the fuck are your children? Where your kids, your children, your offspring, where they at? Everybody's so chosen and grown and they have children. Where your children at? You don't want your children to be chosen? Would you be able to stand back and say, let the children go? We found some. You don't know what this is about. Some of y'all wouldn't be able to be told, stay. Let me tell you what a soldier would be able to do. I'll be able to be told, stay. If the general look at me and say, stay, I will stay. Because That's what it means to be in the Army. And y'all coming around me, and you don't have no rank, and you trying to rank over me? Talk to y'all later. I shook.